And
Hit
we
low when
should
the whistle go.
already be live.
I'm just fucking loving the timber on knobs is fucking amazing.
It's like, yeah, oh no, well, I'm speaking it in the calmest voice that doesn't hurt. Watching that Browns game did not help my voice at all either.
Hold on, let me guess how
lost.
that went. Damn it, Boston, you stole my joke.
Not well.
I forgot to make a note for this, because I need to make a note for this, because this needs talking about more.
Alright.
Moon, you... Oh, sorry.
No.
Moon, you can thank the Golf Club's 2's online syncing why you have the lead, by the way.
Hmm?
And our second round that we started.
Okay, I only did one round so far, so...
No, I know, our second tournament that we did. It literally crashed on a 3-foot putt. It broke the online thing for a birdie on a par 3. So it reset the hole when I finally got it sorted out. And I hit the next shot in the fucking water.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I took a clip of one of the shots I took in that. You should, yeah. Check out my game clips. It's not great. It's like a fucking hole in one shot. Bounces and then jams itself between the fucking pole and the hole. So literally I was sitting over the lip. I was so pissed off.
Alright, let me bang out show notes here while everyone is joining us.
Is conversating.
What? We did watch Amazing Spider-Man.
Is that the...
Wait, no, not
Spider-Man
Amazing
Homecoming?
Spider-Man. Yeah, we watched Spider-Man Homecoming.
Oh, how was it?
The movie's awesome.
It's really fucking good.
Did that come out on Blu-ray?
Yep.
Okay.
No, not yet.
Oh, is that on
Doesn't
streaming?
come out for a couple weeks. Yeah, so Voodoo gets those movies early.
Nice.
So I finally have it, and I've watched it probably about 4 times because that movie's awesome.
Me and Jess constantly get into an argument. I believe that Andrew Garfield is a better Spider-Man, and the other guy was a better Peter Parker.
No, I completely disagree.
Wait, who was a better Peter Parker? Tobey Maguire?
Yes.
I think Andrew Garfield, until Tom Holland, was the best Spider-Man.
And Peter Parker?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I think he was the better Spider-Man overall, yes. But Tom Holland fucking... I don't know what the hell happened, but that guy nailed it. Like, he is so fucking good. And the thing at the end of the movie, when Jess called something really early on, she was just like, I know that thing that's... I think that this is it. And nailed it. And she called it like 10 minutes into the movie. Why am I... Can I not pull up the fucking video?
I mean, I can't believe how good the Vulture actually looked.
Oh no,
Oh,
he...
yeah.
Probably my favorite villain design in a long time.
I want that aviator coat, something fierce. That thing is
Oh,
fantastic.
the brown leather with the fucking fluffy neck.
With the fluffy fur that looks like it's been aged and worn. Like it's because it's a great homage to the actual original character design. But yeah, like I never liked Tobey Maguire as Parker or Spider-Man.
I
thought
felt like
Andrew
he started out okay as Parker, but after the first movie, I didn't really buy it.
I mean, see, I think Andrew Garfield, I think his performance doesn't get the credit it deserves. I think he did such a great job as the gangly, awkward kid.
Mm-hmm.
And then the sheer confidence switch he has when he has the suit on. Like I thought that was just a very very well nuanced performance by him, but apparently I'm not in the popular side of that thought.
And Jess agrees with you on that. I don't. I just think Toby was a better Peter. But it actually is something I didn't know. Do you know the poster, like the front cover for it, where it's Spider-Man lying on his back with his coat on, his yellow coat on?
Yeah.
With the head. That's actually Tom Holland asleep on set. That they took a photo of and then used it as the promo picture.
Yeah, I heard that. I thought that was cool.
Oh,
I don't know if I want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about Atlas being dumb again. I'm sort of sick of that.
Oh man, what else did I watch? Oh, the Kingsman Golden Circles. That's a good movie.
Yeah, that looks really good.
Is it as good as Kingsman 1?
It's hard to shock you after that. Let's just say there isn't a church scene in this movie.
Yeah. Have you seen the first Kingsman Boston?
No, not yet. My wife and I are trying to carve out some time to watch it because I finally convinced her that it's not really a James Bond movie. It's like a riff on them, and now she's interested. Because she thought it was just like a standard, straight up spy movie.
Oh, kind of like a Jason Bourne.
Yeah, and I was like, no, it's like a take on it.
No, it's like that with the little tongue in cheek.
Yeah,
like it's like winks and nods. Yeah, it definitely has fun.
All right, I think I'm done with show notes here. So, Knobs, I had a question for you.
Okay.
When did Rick and Morty start to click with you?
Yes, thank you.
Oh, geez, let me see. I think it was after they did the episode where they shrunk themselves and were inside a hobo Santa's body.
Okay. Because I haven't seen that
that's
episode.
the episode I just finished.
That's from that episode on is when I'm like, holy shit.
Okay, because I really didn't like the first 3 episodes.
I think I've seen the first 2.
Yeah, I'm halfway through the 4th episode, which is the one where they're in some sort of aliens, like a simulation, and that one seems fine, but the first 3 I thought were really not good.
Well, here's the funny thing with those first 3 episodes, because I really picked it up way late in season 1, and then I watched season 2 is outstanding.
Yeah.
The whole way.
I mainly asked the question because I'm wondering if it was a Parks and Rec thing, where like I just have to get through a set number of episodes before it gets good. Like for me, I can excuse a lot of shows' pilots being bad because it just doesn't know what it's gonna be yet. And I feel like the big joke of the pilot for Rick and Morty is the way up your butthole joke, which has been spoiled since that show has aired. So a lot of that is like, all right, we're setting everything up, everything's fine. I didn't like the second. The thing I liked about the second episode was where Rick kept making fun of people really liking Inception, and that making them feel really smart. I thought that was good. I thought that episode was exceptionally bad. Between the talking robot dog and the scary Larry and like nearly everything in that episode I thought was pretty bad. Third episode with the theme park inside of that hobo.
I thought that episode was brilliant, and I'm like, okay, I can see where this is going now.
Yeah.
And then I think 6 or 7 is the Meeseeks episode, which might be one of my most favorite things I've ever seen on TV.
All right, I'll have to keep pushing through because as of so far, I know that as Rick and Morty goes on, they start connecting more of the episodes to larger themes and a larger universe, some of which I've gotten spoiled, some of which I haven't. And I was hoping more of that would have shown up early. But I'll keep pushing through a couple more episodes.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if I was a new watch, I mean, honestly, I think you would enjoy the show more if you started right off in season 2.
Yeah. If I watch another episode or two and I'm not enjoying it, I'll probably just skip the end of the rest of the first season.
Mm-hmm.
Just watch the Meeseeks episodes. All I'm saying.
I think I'm on episode 4. If I remember correctly from when looking at it, I think it's episode 5. So at the very least, I'll make it through that. But like, I don't have time to waste on shows that aren't good.
Yeah.
So
I have a similar issue that I have with Rick and Morty, which is the thing I had with Parks and Rec, and the thing I had with fucking Tool, and the thing I have with fucking so many other things, where it is genuinely fantastic, but the fans fucking put me off so much.
Yeah, it's been interesting watching the backlash to Rick and Morty fans lately. Because it all seemed to come to a head when they were sending death threats to that one woman who writes on the show.
The Cronenberg episode might be one of the funniest things in the world, because it just...
Let me look up the...
That's in season 2. That's oh man.
Let me look up the episode titles here for season 1. Yeah, Anatomy Park. I'm on M. Night Shyamalan's. Me Seeks and Destroys episode 5. Yeah, let's see where Cronenberg's is in season 2. I mostly wanted to join now because I think season 3 is airing right now, so I figured it was a pretty good time to hop in.
I think this Sunday is the finale, I think.
Okay.
Or was it last week was the finale?
Bob's Burgers is back today.
Oh shit, is it?
Yup.
So excited.
Bob's Burgers is back. There's another show that just came back, too.
Modern Family just came back. The Good Place is finally back for season 2. If you guys haven't watched season 1 of The Good Place, you have to watch that.
What is it?
It's like 13 episodes. I think they're only half an hour apiece. Have you guys heard of that show at all?
Nope.
No.
So Kristen Bell dies and goes to heaven. Ted Danson is God, which is incredible.
Kristen Bell is in Jessica Jones.
No.
That's
Kristen Ritter.
Yeah, that's Kristen Ritter.
Is Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Yeah.
The blonde.
I haven't seen that movie.
What else? Bad Moms?
Nope.
No, that's too recent.
That's Dax Shepard's wife.
Yeah. Anyway, she goes she dies and she goes to heaven because it's been calculated that she's been a good person over her life, so she gets rewarded by going to heaven, but you very quickly find out that she was the world's biggest asshole, so she needs to figure out why she was accidentally put in there. And, like, surrounded by all of the best people that humanity has to offer.
That's kind of a cool idea.
It's really good, and it's the stuff it does over its season is really, really great. I can't recommend it enough, and I am shocked it got a second season, just like American Housewife did. I feel like nobody watched either one of those shows, and both of them are really great.
Yeah, and that's the frustrating thing for me was when Almost Human had an amazing ending to that season, and it never got picked back up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love that show.
Newsom says, yeah, Veronica Mars. She's the lead character in Veronica Mars.
Yeah, I haven't seen Veronica Mars.
Kristen Bell. There has to be something you've seen with her in it.
What fucking bubble do you live in? It's amazing.
I just love the fact that, like, as soon as you said something, Boston was like, no, that's too recent.
She was in Pootie Tang.
Nope.
Oh my god, I forgot she was in that
Forgetting
movie.
Sarah Marshall, Couples Retreat, When in Rome.
Nope.
Get Him to the Greek.
Nope.
Scream 4.
Wait. You've never seen Get Him to the Greek yet?
No, because I'm not a big fan of the short, fat comedian dude or the skinny...
Jonah Hill?
Yeah, whatever.
Man, you don't know what you're missing.
And
some people never forget.
And I absolutely despise the tall, skinny, long-haired dude.
Oh, Russell Brand?
Yes, because that's a guy who went on national TV or on national radio in the UK and proceeded to harass a woman over the phone and got somebody fired.
Great. He's really good in Forgetting Sarah Marshall as himself, basically. Just as, like, the dregs of humanity.
Well, yeah, and that's why he was good in Get Him to the Greek.
Okay, there we go. Musum's just pulled one up on now. Parks and Rec, That Enemy Neighborhood. Is she the blonde lady who's in charge of...
Yes, yeah, she is, yeah.
Okay, now I know.
That she was in Parks and Rec.
That is an obscure reference.
Wow. Of course, that one you get. Someone who shows up for, like, 15 minutes in a long series. Ingrid DeForest.
That's a trivia question. That's tough. I would never have associated her with Parks and Rec as a reference.
Now I know who you're talking about.
BoJack Horseman is another show I need to start watching.
Yeah, I can't quite bring myself to that one. Animals on HBO is fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Can I just say, I don't know if it was Game of Thrones that started it, but or at least popularized it, but I'm so fucking pleased with 13 episode seasons. Because I go back and try and watch Fringe or Supernatural or comfort TV stuff, and it's
Supernatural, man.
24 fucking episodes per season, and they're all an hour long.
Oh, yeah, Fringe is a marathon, man.
Yeah, I mean, like, my wife and I occasionally will watch Gilmore Girls. That's like 7 episodes of 30-hour-long 7 seasons of 30-hour-long episodes. It's like, oh my god. There's so much here. Like, like Modern Family, American Housewife, NCIS, I think, too. Like, those are all 13, 14 episode. Modern Family just came back, and I really hope that's better this season, because the last 2 seasons have been pretty bad.
I've tapped out. I've missed the last 2 seasons outright. I just deleted 5 episodes today because I have no interest in watching it ever again.
I think the worst part about Modern Family is they had so much momentum and they had so much character development and build-up through the first 7 seasons. And then in season 8 and 9, they just threw all of that out. And I don't understand it.
That's the funny thing is stuff like that normally pisses me off. They did that twice in Fringe, and it didn't bother me either time.
Weird.
Because I mean, after 5 seasons of Modern Family, I thought that joke was rote. And I don't need to worry about a little Asian girl swearing.
Well, it
got way too sitcom-y at that point.
It's sort of unfortunate because there's like 2 or 3 episodes a season now where that old good writing comes back, and some of those episodes are really great, but the rest of it is just, like you said, it's really sitcom-y.
Okay, so it's Supernatural in modern day then, where it's just gone straight fucking trash downhill.
No, Supernatural has always been B-movie.
Yes, but it was so fucking good.
Yeah, and I feel like Supernatural's main problem is that no one will let it die. No one will just say, we're finishing
The fan base will not let that die.
Yeah. I think Modern Family's biggest problem is that it's on ABC. And I think as the cast continues to grow up, a lot of the episodes feel very much like contractually everybody has to be in the episode and have a storyline. So instead of there being like 6 main actors and then being like 4 or 5 kids that are all sort of around, now you have 11 or 12 main actors that all have to have a story thread every 25-minute episode, and it often just doesn't work. There's just too much stuff going on.
I'll be honest, that's one of the reasons why I fucking like Game of Thrones so much, because they do exactly what the books do. which is, oh, hey, here's a book, and you are not going to hear from these 3 characters you absolutely adore because they're not in this book at all.
Well, I thought Modern Family was going to do that with a bunch of the kids going off to college, where it's like, oh, you'll see them a little bit, they'll call them or they'll call them on Skype. And that happened for a handful of episodes until there's some reason for them to leave college and come back home.
The money. I want to be on every episode because of the money. That's
there's obviously contractual obligations and there's money obligations, but like at some point you have to cut the number of actors that are in your show. So, and it's a shame because the first 5 or 6 seasons were really great. But I think we're seeing that with Will and Grace right now. When you're a groundbreaking show for some reason, you kind of can't be anymore once you've broken that ground.
Yeah.
Who thought that was a good idea to bring that show back?
That has been baffling to me. And everyone's like, hey, it's actually pretty not great. And it's like, right, because there are gay couples on TV everywhere now.
I didn't like that show when it was on.
No, we're not the target market, to be clear.
No, the only part of that show I really fucking liked was Ron Swanson's wife.
Megan Mullally.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's great in everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
She seems to steal the scene no matter what scene she's in. She's just big enough to capture everything.
She's so good.
and then you had the one actor that played the real flamboyant one.
I never remember his name.
I
know who you're talking about. It's real skinny, like dark hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, the best friend of Megan.
Yeah.
That over generalization of a gay person, I find it so annoying. Yeah. That's why I like the gay couple in Modern Family, because they were normal human beings.
Well, even Cam being flamboyant was never too large.
No, it was ridiculous when it needed to be ridiculous, like that, just over the top. But what's his husband, the redhead's name? I can't remember his name. Mitchell. Now Mitchell's portrayal of a gay man is just. I mean, it's probably him. Like he's just like that's what should be presented as that genre or that person on TV, and not the over the top like
the girlfriend guy,
like snapping fingers, dude.
Yeah, I feel like we've come so far from the ground that Will and Grace had to break that. James in YouTube chat says Malcolm in the Middle did a good job with the eldest brother in that respect. Malcolm in the Middle did everything right about the entire show.
Yep.
That's an incredible, nearly flawless show.
Yep. And not to mention the actual actors and actresses they had in that nailed pretty much everything they ever had to nail in it.
Some of the best writing in TV. That show's so good. You can look at something like Scrubs and say, like, over 8 seasons they had a lot of content that was good and a bunch of content that was really not great or doesn't hold up to scrutiny. But I think something like Malcolm in the Middle still holds up really, really well.
Yeah. I think shows like that as well, it's always the, like, I mean, I was on and off Malcolm in the Middle. Like, Scrubs was always my jam, but it's always the episodes where they don't make you laugh, but they make you feel, are always the episodes that are the shining moments in those.
Yeah. Especially Scrubs.
Oh, fucking Michael J. Fox.
Yeah.
Though his 2 episodes in that show broke my heart.
I feel like Scrubs' enduring legacy will not be the humor because it's not going to hold up for very much longer. But I think like the funeral episode, the Michael J. Fox episodes, like those the
Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, the Brendan Fraser episodes, like the one with the where Dr. Cox loses like 4 patients to, I don't remember what it was. Like those handful of episodes are all going to be the ones that'll hold up, but the rest of this stuff I think it gets a lot older a lot faster.
Yeah. I like if I'm going to go back and watch Scrubs now, it's going to be those episodes.
Yep.
Like the fact that they also got like the guest stars to come in and do some of the best performances I've ever seen out of them, like the Brendan Fraser episodes and the Michael J. Fox episodes, like those 2 double headers are easily some of the best TV I've ever watched.
Yeah, Michael J. Fox ones are really great.
They broke my heart, like, genuinely, when he's sitting there washing his hands and he's explaining, like, I don't know why, but I've been washing my hands for the past, like, 4 hours.
Yeah.
And I just can't stop doing it. And you see him lose his shit, and it's just like, oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, that stuff is so good. Yeah. I don't know if we have anything currently airing that reminds me of that stuff. Nothing that's like a drama and comedy and sitcom, and it kind of does everything really well.
Did The Middle get canceled? 'Cause I enjoyed that show.
The Middle, I think finished. I like American Housewife a lot, but that's more of just a comedy.
I thought The Middle did a lot of things right.
Oh no, it's still airing. It comes back on Tuesday. Season
Neat.
9. I think the best part about American Housewife is the main actress. What the hell's her name? She was on Eastbound and Down. Katie Mixon.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, she is so good in this show.
You can say hello. Say hello.
Hi there.
Yeah, like she's one of those actresses that could be so grating at times and so good when it mattered.
She's great because she's the villain in... have you seen any of it?
No.
So the whole conceit is that she's in this like really super rich area, and she is the second fattest housewife in the neighborhood. So she's like the villain to all of these skinny, yoga-wearing, like Whole Foods shopping people.
Fucking hell.
What's this show called again?
American Housewife.
American Housewife. Okay.
And she's so good as just like this sneering, just like skinny bitches. Like just like
with their little voice.
Yeah, with that little voice. Like she's so good in this, and it's just like I didn't really know what it was until I started watching it. And Diedrich Bader is her husband, and like he plays a really great straight man in this, where he's just like, maybe you're being a little crazy. The show's really great, and I don't think it's been doing very well.
I'm happy Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is coming back for a 5th season.
Oh, really? That's been a while.
Mm-hmm. I've been restarted watching that, and I forgot how good that first season is.
I gotta start watching that. So, like, I just don't have the fucking time.
I know.
In the first season, I thought was good. I thought it continually built once it got away from the Monster of the Week shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was very supernatural.
As long as they played out a longer arc, it was.
Have you guys been watching Inhumans?
No,
I haven't watched Inhumans, and there's another one. Powers?
Gifted.
Yes, it's not
Gifted.
Gifted, that's the one.
Yeah.
Gifted. I hope Legion comes back. Soon.
Legion seemed super cool. I never watched that.
Oh, Legion was.
I need to. I liked him in the comics. I read him. I read his run of comics during like the all new stuff. What did they call that?
Oh, they brought him back?
Yeah, he had his own series.
Yeah.
Because
man, what was it called?
Because his original thing was during Legion Quest, which led into I think Fatal Attractions.
Oh, wow, really?
Originally, where he had the giant, like, straight-up hair.
He has it again, yeah.
Which I thought their promo artwork was amazing for Legion on the show, because it had him with all the mind stuff going straight up, like the hair did in the comics.
That's a lot of what the actual comic was. Like, that style of art. What the hell was that called?
I think, to be honest, I think that's my favorite type of weekly TV show, is a little bit of Monster of the Week, but an overarching storyline. Like, that's always been my favorite. Like, I think season 1 of Supernatural is good. I think 2 till like 5 is incredible, because they have a plot line that threads throughout every single episode of that season, and it's Monster of the Week mixed in as well. Like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I thought started doing that better at season 2, but that's always been my favorite. Is Fringe did it as well. Like Fringe was fantastic with that.
I don't know how Fridge pulled off that. Rewatching that show, I think I rewatched it last year. I don't know how they pulled off that much content without getting canceled.
Yeah. I don't know how it looked that good. Like when you first see the Amber, that stuff looks incredible, and it's like that's believable right now.
Here it is. X-Men Legacy. Legion ran from 2012 to 2014. It was just about him. Yeah, it came after AVX.
Oh, yeah, I kind of tapped out for all those shenanigans.
Yeah, that was really good. I picked it up on a whim just because the cover art looked really great, but man,
my wife
are still good.
Jess fucking loves Legion, and it is a show that we want to sit down and watch. But again, it's just about time, trying to find time together specifically.
Yeah.
Well, Legion was the most amazing thing for Legion was at no point did I know what the fuck was going on in that show.
That's awesome.
I have never experienced a show that had so much misdirection and have the misdirection even that misleading you to what was happening.
Right.
I'm like, what the fuck? This is a tour de force of mind fuckery.
Yeah.
The performances in it are meant to be fucking amazing as well.
Yeah. All of them were great.
All right. Are you guys ready to kick this thing off?
Yeah.
Ish. Yeah. As much as you're gonna be.
I don't know, man. My vocal cords are just toast.
We will pick up the slack this week.
I was at that wedding, and we were. I was at the House of Blues. So
that's awesome.
We were told. Okay, so all right, let me tell this story. So anyway, so this started Friday afternoon. One of the guys I normally go golfing with, Dennis, this crotchety old man, sends me a text. He's like, "Golf Saturday?" ? I'm like, "Sure, I'm in." So then I call him at 5 o'clock. He's like, "Where are we going?" I don't know. I'm like, okay, call me. Okay. He's like, so at 6 o'clock, he calls me back and is like, "We're going to Brookside down in Ashland, 8:30 a.m. tea time." I'm like, fuck. All right, so I got to be up at 6 o'clock. Get ready, pick up Bill, drive down there, and it's 18, 19, 10, 11, 12, hour home. Perfect. I got enough time to come home. About the time I get that planned out, he sends another text, change of plans, Echo, 10:30. I'm like, fuck. So I'm like, all right. I call him back. I'm like, look, man, I got to be somewhere at like 3:30. 10:30 tea time is going to be kind of tough for me. Then he loses his fucking mind on me. And I'm like, So anyway, so he comes at me. He's like, "Well, that's it. I'm not fucking planning anything anymore. You guys can do whatever the fuck you want."
God.
I'm like,
here we go.
All right, it's like, Dennis, slow your roll. I'm still in, and I'm picking up Bill.
Yeah.
Now, do I have to remind you? In A, I have never complained where we've golfed.
Right.
2, I never complained about the time we golf. And 3, I always show up.
Right. Just saying, it's going to be a little tight.
I've never raised a concern until today, and this is this shit. Okay. So I pick up, so I call Bill up. I'm like, "Bill, Dennis just lost his shit on me, so we're going regardless what's happening.
Yeah.
I'll just be late to my shit, and I'll be the asshole. No problem." So, but you know what? I got an idea. I'm gonna pick you up at 9. We're gonna get to the course a little early, see if we can kind of sneak out. So we go pick him up. We go down. We get out to the course. And we get there like a half an hour early. And then as we pull into the parking lot, Bill gets a text from Dennis, "I just woke up, I'm not coming."
Oh my god.
Oh, fuck that guy. Just fuck him.
Burn this place to the ground.
So anyway, and I'm like, we were talking about it the way, and I'm like, he is gonna no-show, I can fucking feel it. So then we get there. We're telling the owner, Bonnie, like, "Bonnie, dude, Dennis just pimped us. So can we get out early?" She's like, "Well, I got an outing going on, but if you could head out to hole 15, I think you can get in front of him." Mm-hmm. And we played the whole day, didn't run into anyone. We had a nice day. We didn't have Dennis ruining our good time with his shenanigans. Granted, sometimes they're fun, but most of the time he's just in a hurry to go somewhere where he's miserable. So we wrap up right at about 2 o'clock. Perfect time for me to get, like, I got 40 minutes to get home. I had to stop and get a card. Apparently I lost my fingernail clippers, so I had to buy fingernail clippers. I had to buy some combs because I don't have any combs. So pick that shit up, get dressed, hop in the car, head to the Uber downtown. So we get there, and like we thought the wedding ceremony started at 4:30. Well, apparently the ceremony was at 4. We get there right like maybe a quarter after 4 because we were thinking, okay, we're gonna be early. We're gonna do the cocktails. We're gonna do the wedding ceremony. We missed the fucking wedding ceremony. we all show up, like, so the 3 of us show up and we're all going around talking. Everyone's like, hey, so what's the ceremony? He's like, it happened like 20 minutes ago.
Oh, like, wow.
Are you serious? He's like, yeah, it was like 10 minutes. I was like, oh.
Oh.
Wait, no, fuck. The thing said 4:30. You're like, no, it was 4. Well, fuck. So then that preceded a whole night of drinking. Like, that thing shut down at like 10:30, 11 o'clock. I'm getting timed out?
No. Asshole on Mixer.
Fucking bugging me, bro. Sorry, continue.
I didn't see it.
Oh, it's on Mixer. It'll be on the live stream.
Oh. Anyway, so we get this shit together. So I'm riding the pocket real nice. So like talk to the bartender. It's like, look, I get 2 more beers and you're cutting me off.
Yeah, no matter what I say.
And they're like, I will try and convince you to give me more. Just don't give me any more beer. I'm feeling fucking great. I'm right there. Good pace. I was, dancing the polka with some dude's wife. Like just, electric sliding, like all these line dances and stuff, just having a ball. So then all of a sudden the place shuts down, and I'm like, what the fuck? What happened? Like, okay, so then then a couple of other people just want to go bar hopping now. I'm like, well, downtown, I'm definitely not going to Akron for that record release party now. So, okay, so we end up at Society off of 14th, which is a little cocktail bar, which apparently they don't serve Miller Lite, which I was pissed about.
That's
I was like, I don't know, man, just get me a stout. And they come back with Rasputin. I don't know if you know what Rasputin is. It's
a Russian leader.
It's a 16% stout.
Oh God!
Oh, no.
Why don't you just punch me in the face?
I had 2. After losing count of how much I had to drink at the wedding. So I'm like, all right, cool. So then that place winds down. Then we end up at Flannery's. Uh-oh. And then I'm like, you know what? I've already switched to stout, so I might as well have a couple more Guinness. I don't remember the Uber ride home or the Uber ride back to Maris and David's place. All I remember was I got in their house, I curled up on a little rug in the kitchen and passed out.
You made it safe though.
So, yes. And I guess we got back home around 3 bells. I sprung awake 3 hours later at 6 a.m. Like, I gotta go. I gotta go.
I need to leave.
So I hop in my truck, go and pick up breakfast, go to my coffee spot, and the guy wasn't open yet. I was like, come on, you're killing me, Raj. You need to be open.
Is this new guy Raj?
Yeah, that bought Mike's.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good guy. He keeps trying to get me to buy cigarettes, though. I don't understand why he's pushing cigarettes on me.
It's weird.
It is. He's like, every time he sees me, what cigarette you want? I'm like, what?
I don't.
None?
No,
yeah, okay. It's been almost every time I've seen him for like the last 3 months, he's asked me what cigarettes I want.
I bet there's someone that comes in that looks like you maybe half an hour later. That's like, you can't remember that I want cigarettes? He's just like, no, man, you're the other one.
I'm really might be one of the most conspicuous peoples of all time.
Yeah.
Like, that's why he keeps asking you, because you've got a twin who looks exactly like you who does get cigarettes.
I do have an evil twin, apparently, according to Twitter.
Shifty eyes.
Yeah, for shifty eyes. Your ornery face and your shifty eyes. But hence, and then yelling at the TV, like I literally just felt my voice just blow out.
Yeah. If only the Browns would get good, you'd keep your voice.
No,
you wouldn't.
I'd still be yelling at the TV.
Yeah, it'd just be happy yells.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I definitely like cheering.
Are those happy tissues or sad tissues?
That's so gross.
You should watch Forgetting Sarah Marshall. That's a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
It is. That's so awesome. Because I make that joke too. Like, yeah, I got a trash can of sadness over here.
All right, you guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's start in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of That Video Game Podcast. I'm your host, Boston. Going around the room, we have Knobs.
Heyo.
And Moonpeer.
Hello.
I don't think we have any business at the beginning, so let's get started with Knobs. What have you been playing?
Well, Monday Night Game Night was back to Battlefield 1 on... Oh my god, I forgot to write that down. I'm about for that again. All right. Totally remember we did that. All right. Yeah, so we did. We played a little bit of whatchamacallit. We played some Battlefield 1, and we ended up in some weird thing where we had like unlimited ammo.
Oh.
And yeah, I don't remember what it was we were playing or what weird thing it was, but
it was probably a custom server with special rules.
Well, it was all well and good till everyone figured out we had unlimited granades. It was bananas. Because I picked one guy off and I chucked a grenade, I turned around, next thing you know, there's probably 50 grenades just lobbing over this wall.
Blotting out the sun.
Oh yeah.
We were fighting in the shade, Michael Fassbender.
Oh my god. Like that went nuclear around that corner. It was insane. And I'm like, okay, then I'm gonna start doing this now. And I'm just kind of raining them into this building, watching the thing crumble.
It's like playing Worms.
Yeah, but I do have to admit the changing the sensitivity on the sticks helped significantly.
Nice.
Oh, did you take it down a few?
Oh, it's okay. Yeah, I need to probably take it down a touch more.
Knobs, with your current voice, I need you to say, "I took it way down."
I took it way down.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I got low with the whistle go. But anyway, so that was another good time. Got in a couple personal sniper battles and whatnot, and started being a little more effective with that weapon. Solid 9 to 15 kills around. So
nice.
You're having a little fun with not as much frustration, but I don't know, still good, still having a good time. Except that server was 2,000 ticket matches.
Oh wow!
6 hours later.
Server.
Ooh, it was. We played two maps, and I'm like, look, guys, I don't have another 45 minutes in me in this S show.
That's rough.
Yeah, so it was a good time for a little bit. Played some more Marvel Puzzle Quest. Obviously, we've been pimping this game for, I don't know, the last year.
I had a lot of trouble with this recent event. So for anyone that doesn't play, they're doing this cool event. It's like a training room or something. They give you
it's the Shield training ladder or whatever it was.
Yeah, and they give you a whole grid full of battles, and you have to go one by one, and you unlock the next one after you do it. I am cruising through the first 3, and I hit the 4th one. I'm like, all right, let's keep going. I don't have any of the 3 characters it requires, so I only finished 3 matches out of the 30 they give you.
Did you get the one with classic Cyclops, Rogue, and Professor X?
No, because I don't have any of them.
So I got that match, and Cyclops and Rogue went down quick.
Ooh. But
I had built up so much purple that I could make Professor X invisible.
Oh,
that fight took me 45 minutes.
Oh,
because I was fighting Dakin, Magneto, and I think Agent 47. I took out Agent
Dakin
47.
Heals.
That match went because Dakin was healing and Magneto was fortifying everything.
Oh, yeah. Right.
So now I have to waste all this time while I'm invisible, and hopefully I don't break my invisibility by matching the purple peg. It was the longest battle I ever had that game.
I guess I'm glad that basically when I got to that note, it's like, hey, you need all 3 of these characters. It's like, well, I don't have any, I can't keep going, so I guess it's sort of a blessing that I didn't get to fight that fight.
I haven't even tried it yet. That whole event.
Yeah. That fight was, but honestly, that fight was actually really challenging.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I really, really had to buckle down and actually play like more defensively, trying to stop their tiles, so I could actually do damage to them.
Right.
Yeah.
It was hard. It was a hard fight, man.
That's cool.
Like I said, and I'm not over. There's no embellishment. That literally took 45 minutes and almost killed my phone.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh wow. Yeah, I know somebody dropped another 100 bones.
Twice.
Yeah, whoever's in our alliance that is getting us multiple 7 command points for dropping $100. I love you.
Yes, and. I always assume it's Nobs, but Nobs denies any 100 bones dropping. Just
our big whales are saying no. So
I will drop 50, and I am pretty religious on 50 every 3 weeks is kind of like it seems when I need to get those coins.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I have not dropped a hundo, not once.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
It is. Bulgurk, you're back on the bubble, by the way.
Yeah, it's getting there. Yeah, still Marvel Puzzle Quest. Pick it up and play it. It's genuinely free, and it's a great time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm up to 82 covers now.
Wow. Oof. I did champ my Thantos.
Nice, congratulations.
Used all of my command points. I haven't spent a single command point on a pull. I haven't spent a single command point upgrading anybody else. It's all been spent on him.
Yeah,
for good reason.
Level 5 Court Death is good.
Oh,
yep.
It is. That's a nasty card.
Yeah.
Nasty. Okay, so played that. We played some Left 4 Dead 2. I believe that was Friday night for our Friday night fun night. It was Donnie, Tomsy, Scott, and myself.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, we had a good old time.
Yeah.
So we started off. We made it. We played Dark Carnival. We made it to the end on the very first map. So we got into the safe room, and we stayed together. We fought off everything pretty well. We got right to the end of the second map in Dark Carnival. So we went down the haste or the potato bag slide.
Oh, right.
We almost all got into that point right there and almost got done. Then the third map, when we got into the Tunnel of Love, is where everything went wrong.
That area sucks so bad.
Because at that point, everyone had quit on the other team except for one dude, and this was endless special spawn.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That was
because it spawns the AI ones faster, and then he's got like a 5-second respawn.
Oh crap! Right. Ugh.
So we were under constant duress, and we kind of crapped the bed a little bit. So then when it was his turn to play, he had got three more people came to join him, and they almost cleared it on us.
Wow.
So that hooked us right back up in there. And then we did a piss poor job of stopping in the finale with them.
Mm-hmm.
We literally won by like 30 points.
Wow. That's crazy.
Unreal. But no, man, we still that felt far more satisfying than the last two outings we had.
Than the winners quitting.
Oh yeah, the winner stuff.
Yeah,
that was unbelievable. I was still to this day, like we were talking about that night. Like I've never felt so bad about playing a game.
Yeah,
like especially a game we have played for years. Like being just humiliated.
Oof.
So before I talk about the last game, which I know Moon will probably want to chime in on it, I started playing Cuphead.
Oh, so you took the sync.
That game looks amazing.
Yeah.
And I am really tired of getting killed by vegetables.
Is the first boss a vegetable-related boss?
Well, the whole thing's kind of a boss run.
Right.
So I'm like wandering around the world, like just kind of walk and see where I can walk. I unlocked the achievement for taking a shortcut, just exploring. I'm like, okay, that's neat. So from what I can tell, there are a few different. What are you sniffing? Anyway, so you have a little boss rush, which is anywhere between, if it's simple, it's 2. If it's regular, they're 3. Then you have like a little speed run thing that has another boss at the end of that one, which sucked. I mean, you have to finish that one. I've literally finished nothing in this game except when I turned it to simple. So I kicked the crap out of that potato and then the homing missile carrot dude. Like, just, well, I don't understand the parry system. Like, apparently you gotta jump and hit A on the purple stuff, but every time I do it, it doesn't work. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
I've heard that criticisms from some places that the parry system is a little weird.
Yeah, and I could see how it's a very pivotal point in this game.
Yeah.
That sunflower can go suck it. That is the worst thing in the world. And
so, like, after the tutorial, what's the first boss? Do you get to pick them from the overworld?
Really, yeah, it's like jumping into Super Mario World.
So it's just like sort of whatever you want to do?
Whatever. Like, do you want to do the speed run thing? Do you want to do...
Can you pick an individual boss from the overworld?
No, I guess you could. I mean, they're all hidden on the map, like in like the gardens or the trees.
Okay.
Stuff like that, so whatever you can select. And the way they did they did that old cartoon thing where the back looks like it's watercolors and everything that's animated has a different look.
Yeah, it looks like it's cut out. That's cool.
It's really good. The game looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just have not got the timing down on the jumping mechanic or the parry system. So it's going to take some practice to play it. And I don't know if I want to practice the game right now.
Yeah. Like, it sort of came at the worst time.
Yeah. A case of potentially waiting for your gun Valkyrie moment or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Right. I'm kind of waiting for it to click and like, I got it.
That sounds almost more for you like a winter game where it's like, all right, I'm going to sit down for a couple hours today and just practice this boss and practice parrying and X, Y, and Z.
Right. Like, that's the game that's going to be like, okay, I'm going to sit down and you are not going to defeat me today.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to crack it open.
Yeah.
Like, that's essentially need that moment. But the whole way the story's presented was amazing. Yeah. Especially when we had all those old cartoons on VHS. Like, it looks like those collections of cartoons, like King Midas's Gold and stuff. And, like, man, I love the look of this game so much.
It's crazy how much they replicate those old cartoons. Like, it looks like all those old cartoons if someone had just ripped out all the racism.
Right. Well, and just even their movements, like the
like this, like
everyone's moving in the same like little
bopping.
Rhythm.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's bopping around. It looks great.
Yeah, it looks so. I think if anything, I know a lot of people are sort of bouncing off that game because it is difficult and you do have to get the patterns down and you do have to sort of memorize the boss, and it's not going to be, I went into this boss and I beat it on the first time. Like, it might be the 30th time, you finally got everything to click. I think even if you don't like the game, I think the large achievement of that game is the replication of that style at 1080p. And that's smooth. Like, it's beautiful.
It is, and it moves magnificently well.
And the jazzy soundtrack matches, like that's the sort of soundtrack something like that would have. Like, it's really great.
It is, but I have a feeling this game is a year too late.
Yeah.
Like, I think everyone was geared up for this game a year ago, and now have it being this hard is gonna be a tough sell at $20.
Yeah, I they kept saying they were delaying it to add, more platforming sections and more content, and now that the game's out, it sort of doesn't seem like they added a ton of platforming stuff.
No.
And I'm
at least
surprised.
not that what I can tell.
Yeah. It almost seemed like it was going to be like a 16-bit game where you'd play through a tough level, doing some platforming and fighting some normal enemies, and then fight the hard boss at the end, but it doesn't necessarily seem like that.
Yeah.
No,
it seems like the original promise of the game, which was you're going to be fighting a lot of hard bosses.
Well, so far, every one of them has been hard.
Yeah. Which is fine, but...
But yeah, but it still does the same thing where it switches up patterns on you, and it doesn't feel 100% pattern based.
Right.
Like a lot of it seems a lot of random stuff happens.
I feel like between a game like this and something like Below and No Man's Sky and a lot of these games, I feel like publishers are starting to get the idea of let's not announce stuff until it's really close to being done.
Crackdown 3.
Yeah.
Crackdown 3 is another great example, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That one's probably going to do nothing but disappoint. That got pushed to 2018 now, right?
Yep.
March, I think.
Can everybody please just take a reference to Binding of Isaac here and follow the lead of Ed?
Yeah.
Good old Ed McMullen. He doesn't announce anything until it's done, basically.
A month before it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thankfully, he also learned that mistake the hard way, where it's like, I'm working on more Binding of Isaac. 2 years later, people are like, are you still? Because we don't have anything. He's like, oh, yeah, why not?
Yep, I mean, 6 months. Just make sure it's 6 months before. I mean, Origins got announced at E3, Assassin's Creed Origins, E3, and that's coming out this winter. That's fine.
I mean, I feel like a lot of people are sort of gun-shy after No Man's Sky, but Cuphead, you couldn't really put that genie back in the bottle by that point. Same thing with Below, which is a game I've been looking for since before the Xbox One was announced. And that's still not... That's also a really small team, just like Cuphead's developers, but like... Let's put the lid on it for a little bit.
But I mean, there was no way that Cuphead couldn't disappoint for like gameplay, because everyone was geared up for that specific style, and I think a lot of the market has moved away from doing that.
Yeah.
Because that game needed to come out hot on the tails of like Super Meat Boy, Braid, and in a few of those like N++, like those hard platforming when everyone wanted to play that game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to play this style of game right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, there's not, like you're saying, there isn't a lot out right now. N++ is finally coming out on Xbox One this week, so it's sort of in good company. But there's not a lot out there right now that's the same. Super Meat Boy just came out on a bunch of other stuff again, but there's not that fervor for a really difficult indie game.
No, and like I hate to say it, like I think it missed its window for having a really good success.
Well, right now the fervor is indie point-and-click adventure games. Shockingly,
right?
Night in the Woods and Oxenfree and Life is Strange and all these games have come out that have gotten critical success, and this is pretty different.
Well, a lot of it. I mean, like I know I'm looking for a slower experience anymore instead of just. Like I don't get me wrong, I love run and gun, that stuff I love. But right now, like I just want to sit, chill, have some fun dialogue stuff to play with, and sit down and enjoy a story instead of banging my head against a very well rendered wall.
Might I recommend Yakuza 0 to you?
Might I recommend whatever Telltale put out next?
Well, I was super excited about Telltale Batman Season 2, and then I just saw the advertisement for Season 2, Episode 2, and it's like, the introduction to Harley Quinn. I was like,
oh, no.
No.
You see, because I feel they jumped the shark really hard with Guardians, so...
Yeah. Did you play Episode 3 of that? I think that came out.
I have not.
Thought.
I think I played 2.
Yeah,
and it did not get any better.
Man, so here's the problem with Telltale is like I think episode 3 came out, but I don't know. But there's a bunch of episodes of Batman and Minecraft season 2 now, so who can keep track?
Yep. That is so weird.
Yeah.
How can they get weird properties so right and this one's so wrong? I do not understand that at all.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm hoping you'll enjoy Cuphead once you're in the mood for it to click with you.
Well, but the thing is, I mean, I love it for what it is. It's incredible. Like, if you would not believe, like, you could literally have someone playing that on any TV and be like, what cartoon is this?
Yeah, it looks is this Boomerang you're watching?
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely understand, though, boy, this game is really good, but this is not the game for me at this moment, especially one that's hard where you have to beat your head against it. You have to be in the mood for that consistent, like, okay, I failed, but I learned one more thing. All right, I failed, but I learned yet another thing on this next fight, and it just sort of inched towards the finish.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was thinking about playing it today, and I'm like, dude, I am way too hungover for this crap. Like, there's no way I'm going to have the accurate muscle movements to handle this game right now.
And the patience, too.
Right. So then I decided to do something just as equally as hard. I decided to play some more Golf Club 2.
Yeah.
So nothing like having a little swing lube still in my system to play that game. So we had our first tournament. How did everybody do, Moon?
Let's see. Nobs was -1. Jess was a +36.
Whoa.
I was +58.
Whoa.
Scott was +59. And Duffman was +139.
So, a rough week.
Mm-hmm.
So, about my -1, by the way, I opened up that tournament with a +6.
Mm-hmm. I opened it with a +10. I'm using player clubs.
Duff man, you are a soldier.
Duffman in chat says, "Hell yeah."
Duffman took that on the chin like a champ.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I was doing that bad, I would have lost my mind.
There's nowhere to go but up.
Fair enough.
But that's the problem. He went up all the way up to 138.
There's no.
Well, that was. I mean, but there's the thing. Like, that was his first round. He just jumped right into it.
Wow.
Yeah, I think he played the 3 qualifying rounds to get a handicap, and then just jumped straight into the online society.
I mean, if you're gonna get a trial by fire, like let's just get into it.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I started off, but I think I shot like a 78.
Tough Man Chat says, high score wins, right?
Oh, man. No, and I was in the party, for his last round, too. We had a good time talking about it, and talking about golfs and whatnots. And especially how difficult that game could be, especially that course.
Yeah.
So like I said, like, I opened up, and then I shot out of my mind on the second day.
Just seeing the Matrix.
Oh yeah, like I think I shaved 10 strokes off my score that first day, and then it was a battle to keep it right around even par the rest of the time.
Jeez.
And I don't know, Moon, have you upgraded your swing, your club set?
Yeah, I'm using the player clubs.
Okay. I think
Hence
that's
the +59. I don't know what's going on, but because I've got an Elite controller, when I'm playing Golf Club 2, I switch my sticks around. So I switch it to shorty on the right and tally on the left, because if I'm using tally on the right for the swing, I will constantly have it leaning. So I have to have shorty on the right to make sure it's a straight up and down swing.
It's my favorite TLC song, Shorty on the Right.
Shorty on the right. Yeah. But even then, I can't get the rhythm right. I don't have the muscle nature or the muscle memory to know the right rhythm. So I'm always hitting downswing too slow or upswing too fast. And then I always end up just short shooting everything. So I hit a drive off a fairway that went 20 yards.
Ugh. Yeah, I'm having trouble with trying, like, the floor swing. And like the one thing that I've been doing is I find it just completely bizarre that every golf game I play, for especially when it has no meters. I'm literally looking where I'm following through on the screen now. Like I'm not watching the line at the bottom. I'm not watching the guy. I'm not looking at the ball. I'm looking at that aim circle in the middle of the screen, and I'm trying to follow up to that. That seems to help about 90% of the time. It works every time.
Yeah. The problem for me is I need to look at the guy because I need to know when the shot ends. Because otherwise I will just keep hold of down, and then he's standing there like that for about 5 seconds before the swing.
So here's the trick. It has an audible shift in his actual clothing you could hear when you hit the peak of your swing. So it has like this little cloth ruffle sound, and then that's when you go forward.
Okay, crazy. I'll have to give that a go.
So that's such a weird thing, but it's almost that exacting. And then after we wrapped up that tournament, Scott and I started playing on one of the craziest golf courses I have ever seen created ever.
Yeah.
It was called End Par 7.
Okay.
There was probably about 9 par 7s in this course.
Jeez.
The par 4s, but granted, like the first hole was 2,500 yards.
What?
Yeah. I wasn't in this. I was listening while they were playing this, and these guys are talking about rocks floating in the sky and greens that you can't see.
Yeah, water, like the camera, like I didn't plan out cameras and stuff very well because of the above look on the camera. Oh, hi, Samson. The above look gets locked in the camera, so then you're taking blind shots. Oh. Like, granted, like he designed the course that most of the putts all funnel to the hole, so you're not spending a lot of time on the green.
One small mercy.
Oh yeah, but the weird thing was, so he had this weird like white rough on the sides, and then outside he had cart path, like as wide as a fairway. So you hit off the cart path, and you're just watching it trickle down this hill, all the way down. Like you're hitting the ball like 800 yards. Like you're just like just watching this trickle, and you're taking this weird one hole. Scott got lost in because it was a bunch of little mountains that had different. You had to go around through a maze to get to the hole. It was. I'm probably gonna throw it in the rotation just for like a fun week.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like I would actually thinking about even shortening up the time to play the round, like the tournament. Have 4 days for the tournament, like any time. Cause it only takes 2 hours to get through that.
For you.
Okay.
Yeah. Duff might be taking a little bit longer.
You taking 79 strokes and Duff taking 200 strokes is a significantly different amount of time.
Wow.
But I don't know. I feel that game moves far faster than any golf game I've ever played.
It does, but it still takes time to do.
Okay. Anyway, so I was thinking about shortening that up to like tournament, have the tournament 4 days, and then have one of these screwy courses at the end of the week.
Just do like a Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, like a little 2-round fun night.
Yeah, like a little fun day.
Because I think we could have up to. Because I've upgraded our society, which we have a pretty sweet clubhouse now, by the way.
I haven't even been on to check.
All I've been doing is donating all my money from my career side into our society, just upgrading stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, Jess donated a bunch into it, and then you spent it all, and then she couldn't join the tournament.
What?
She donated all of her money into the club, and then couldn't join the tournament because she didn't have any money left, and there is fees to get join the
she donated tournament. All of her money.
Mm-hmm.
You never donate all the money.
That's what I said.
Yeah, because I donated $3,500 into it. No, $2,500. $2,500, enough to get me the upgrade to the clubhouse we're in now. But I'm not even sure how you earn money in this thing.
You complete rounds, like you get for every tournament we do in the online society or career, you'll get a little bit of money, but anytime that red thing pops in the bottom left-hand corner, that's a course challenge. Anytime you do one of them, you get money.
So I can probably set up the because I can actually put the course challenges in the tournaments too. Like I can add as many as I want, so we all can be earning some bank there.
Nice. At the mall.
Yeah.
All right. No problem. Yeah, so I'll look into that. But no, I was just that course was just bananas. Like it's the weirdest thing I ever played. And I looked at the author, and he made this other one called Fantasy.
Oh no!
Literally, one of the holes was through a cave. like he made a cave with the level editor.
That's cool.
And there were waterfalls everywhere. It was hard. I mean, it was a really hard course too.
It's nice to see people making fun, different stuff with the tools instead of just like, I don't know, it's a forest and you're golfing in it. It's a par 3.
I'm not gonna lie. I am gonna see if I can find 1-1.
Yeah, I wonder if somebody has probably made 1-1.
What?
They have.
Mario
1-1.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't think
Vinny
that's possible.
Caravel's Law. Let's see if it comes true.
But yeah, for the most part, I mean, the thing that's amazing to me is there are so many courses. Like a lot of them, like trying to find a course that's rated easy, was the filter does not work because there are so many courses on there that are just unrated for their difficulty level. So it's a matter of going through.
Does the author have to rate it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So that's why it goes unrated.
and it's in some weird spot that you can't really. I didn't find it when I was playing around with the level editor myself.
Yeah.
And
I wonder if a certain amount of people have to play it then.
Oh, maybe.
Probably.
That seems like something you would want the larger community to try and help out with too. Where it's like, look, did you played this course? 1 star to 5 stars. How easy was this thing? It's gonna get gamed a little bit, but
yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's a decent rating system. Like the courses are rated.
Yeah.
But as far as the actual difficulty level of the course, that has been very, very rarely used that I've seen in a lot of these courses. I just can't get over how amazing some of these courses look.
Yeah.
And how challenging they can be at different times. Especially when you're like when I was using the tour clubs, how utterly unforgiving that game could be, like golf.
Yeah.
But
well, actually, I just looked up how much Golf Club 2 is right now. If you're watching this live, Golf Club 2 is on sale on PS4 and Xbox One for $30. $10 off.
Of course it is now.
No brainer.
Hashtag the last early adopters.
First game is $20, but you don't want that.
No, you do not want the first one.
Yeah.
But there's also I think you can get a physical copy of it for right around $20.
Yeah, that's the physical copy on Amazon.
Oh.
Yeah. So
I had no idea that there was a physical copy of this game.
Yeah. Check
Neither did
stores.
Did not know.
Yeah.
But yeah, come out and join us and join these tournaments because it's right now we just started and Moon is in the lead on round 1 because I lost sync with my online game, whatever. Especially when I have a 3-foot birdie putt to put me in the lead. I was literally so mad, so mad. And then the wind was different when I went back in, and so it was a short par 3. I had 3 holes to go. It was on 16. 16 is short par 3. I'm like, okay, I gotta down the angle a little bit, get it out on the green. And I popped in, and I was like almost winning. I'm like, all right, cool, knock this thing in. Crash. I'm like,
son of a.
Yeah. All right, go reset the game, recheck all my NAT settings and everything else. Go back, load it back up. Still didn't work. Shut everything down. Reopen it up. Get it back on. I'm like, okay. And I was like, okay, now I'm out of the tee again. I'm like, all right, cool. I got this shot. Next shot, boom, right in the water.
Good times.
Next shot, just short of the green, almost in the water again. I'm like, God, I am so angry at this point that I chipped in for my bogey. And then I had 2 horrendous drives, and I think I went par out. And I lipped out the birdie putt, like the little 8-foot birdie putt going on 18 that would have tied us. And I'm so mad because I probably should have finished around about 9-10 under on that round.
During the break, pull up your Xbox Smart Glass application and just look at my last capture.
Okay.
It makes me mad. It makes me very, very, very angry.
But that's the good thing with golf games is they have all these little moments because, sports is the OG of reality TV.
Mm-hmm.
So you have all this inherent just natural drama with this stuff, and it's a lot of fun. Like, I really think this is a solid golf game, and I'd for another EA style golf game to come out has a really high bar to get over.
Yeah.
But that's what I played this week, so what's up?
Moonbear, what do you have?
So my wife, being wonderful and knowing exactly who I am, pointed out that Microsoft is currently running a competition. The top 5 people who increased their gamer score by the most between September 27th and October 30th get a free Xbox X.
Here we go, boys.
So, remember when I first started on the podcast and I was talking about a lot of weird games?
Mm-hmm.
Get ready,
just
because it's coming back.
Oh.
So, Lazy Susan's spinning.
Oh yeah, she is. And we added 4 more to her today.
Jeez.
So, let's talk about Energy Cycle. It's $4. 1,000 gamer score, 17 minutes.
Oh yeah.
God. So, Energy Cycle is a light matching game. You get given a pattern of lights. Anytime you push on a light, it changes the color of that light, and anyone in a cross line with it. The aim of the game is to change all of the lights to the same color.
Right.
There is 28 levels. It is easy. Fun, but easy.
Yeah.
Moving on from that, Thomas Was Alone. This is a cube platformer. It's a puzzle platformer that has a bunch of cubes that do different things.
I've always wanted to play this.
This game is probably one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah. Isn't the narrator Stephen Fry?
It's... You bring this up, I've actually written who the narrator is down. It's Danny Wallace. He is the guy who wrote Yes Man. He is also behind Are You Dave Gorman, which was a big thing in the 90s. He is one of the co-developers of that. He is not my favorite person in the world, and it took some getting used to hearing his voice because I'm not a big fan of him. Yet even so, that game manages to overcome that fact. Boston, you might want to look up a David Hudson, Houdosdson, because he does the soundtrack for this game, and it is an incredible soundtrack.
Yeah, I've heard a bunch of stuff from him. I remember this game because Danny Wallace won a BAFTA Game Award for this, and the soundtrack is really great. And I remember hearing the story of this game was really good, which has always surprised me.
The narration throughout it, literally, it's just a series of levels, and you are a bunch of cubes and rectangles jumping through these series of levels while a narrator reads something over them.
Yeah.
Then the simple fact that I had feelings about a bunch of cubes and rectangles
after about 3 hours.
Yeah. It was genuinely a incredible, heartfelt story about essentially the evolution of AI.
Oh, interesting.
And bless you.
Bless you.
Oh,
the pain.
So good.
Yeah, I think I have that for Vita. I might have it for PS4. I should knock that out one of these days.
I think it was Games of Gold at one point as well.
Okay.
So it might be worth checking on the Xbox, but that game is incredible. Well worth the time to play it. It's probably about 5 hours tops.
Yeah.
I cannot recommend it enough because that's a game that somehow made me feel a lot about a bunch of cubes. Like, literally, it's just a bunch of cubes, like different colored cubes. It's so good. Destiny 2. Let's talk about this really quick. I didn't have a whole lot of time to play this week.
I didn't
did
either.
a little bit of Golf Club, a little bit of Marvel Puzzle Quest, a little bit of Destiny 2. Thank you, Bungie, and you're welcome, Destiny community, for them listening to my suggestion to lower the Crucible requirements on that challenge.
Yeah, the patch note says they're bringing it in line with other activities, which is, I think if you're not doing very well, it's 6 PvP matches a week now. So
yep, because I did exactly 6 today.
Yeah, that seems more fair. I actually, for Destiny 2, we now have 57 members in the clan.
Wait, how did you get? How did you get the line, the flight line?
What are we talking about?
It's in the options. He's talking about Golf Club 2.
Oh.
It's literally in the options. You know, the thing you read occasionally when you want to actually read stuff in games.
Come on,
that's
dude.
a tutorial.
Come on, dude.
I know.
I do have to give a special shout out to our Xbox One side of the clan on Destiny 2 for putting in some serious work every Tuesday and getting the clan rewards before anyone gets back from work. The East Coast Xbox One coalition has already finished half of the events for the week. So kudos to them.
I know this week that we're in right now, I know that was Heiko, my wife,
Yep.
probably Duff, and probably Chris.
Yeah.
So I know it was them who jumped on and did the Crucible and Nightfall stuff for the
Putting in good
community.
work.
Yep. Well, I'm still enjoying Destiny. I don't know how I feel about this faction war thing, but to be honest, I also don't care at the same time. So
It's just free loot for doing
exactly.
stuff you're normally doing.
Yep, and even if I don't like the design, guess what? I can infuse.
Yeah. Yeah,
Because
shaders. It's all good.
I have my set. I know what set I'm wearing, and I'm staying with it.
Yeah, that's the nice thing once you get high enough power level. I keep wanting to call it light level, and I gotta stop doing that.
Just call it light level, because everybody calls it light level.
Because at that point I'm just calling it primary weapons, and that's also not what it is anymore. Now, like, you're high enough power level. Now I'm in the same spot where it's like, all right, I've got my weapons, my couple sets of weapons. I've got my gear set. I have the exotics I like. That a bunch of the ones for warlocks look really stupid. Thankfully, they're also bad, so I don't have to wear them. But like, I've got my sets, so now I can just keep infusing.
Yep. I'm not doing so hot on the exotic front. It's taken me a week, and I've only just unlocked the Midas multi-tool, which literally I unlocked. What? Tomato.
It is not. That's my favorite gun.
I know it is. But I have that unlocked now, which I finally unlocked today. Didn't fire it once, just unlocked it, and then stopped playing the game because I had chores.
It's really good.
But I finally got that. I've got like 4 or 5 exotic pieces for my guy, but nothing I'm really, nothing really looks great so far for him, so we'll see what else comes up.
I think you'll probably click with Mida pretty seriously if you like scout rifles. Have you been visiting Zur every weekend?
I have. I don't think I've done them this weekend yet, though.
Okay.
Because I got the chainmail helmet for Titans, like where it's like a chainmail front on his face.
That one doesn't ring a bell.
This cat needs to not be here scratching this door.
The only one I can think of is an insurmountable skull fort, but that one has like lights on the front.
Yeah, the one I've got is like a chainmail face, and then I've got the assault rifle build chest piece. But I did also just get the solar chest piece where he's got like his belly's on fire, and it looks like he's just come out of Doom.
I'm just gonna look you up in the clan. I can just look at your gear.
Oh yeah, because. But can you look at what's not equipped? Because
I don't know.
Because my helmet is not equipped.
So.
I have
I
the
can't
chest
even
piece.
look at your characters. Never mind.
But no, I mean, I'm liking Destiny 2 still. I'm especially liking the fact that literally this week I think I put maybe 3 hours into it, and I've got a whole bunch of progress. I'm now over 280 on power level, so that's good.
I feel like you and I are playing it the right way for the launch of this game right now, where we're putting in like 2 to 5 hours a week, and we're not really running out of stuff. If I was playing Destiny 2 the way I was playing Destiny 1, I would probably be as frustrated as a lot of other people are, just because I would be 100% out of content by this point. But
yeah,
I feel like we're playing it the right way for the amount of content that's there right now. Not to say that's good, but because I'm starting to grind my teeth a little bit about some of the decisions about Destiny 2.
Go ahead. Such as?
Well, there's the amount of stuff that's missing from Destiny 1 is starting to bother me a little bit. I'm fighting with my understanding of them. The troubles of ongoing development in Destiny 1 were not exactly a secret. And I think the thing that made it the hardest on the Destiny 1 team were the development tools they had, where they just couldn't make content fast enough because the tools just didn't work.
They were terrible.
Yeah, and they made their own engines, so like they're making their own tools, and it's just, they were saying, if you move a rock on Mars,
it's a full night of development. Of
it's like a full night of rendering Mars. So how the hell are you going to make more stuff? Like, you just can't. So I understand that what they likely did during Destiny 2 was they recreated all their tools. They put a ton. They obviously, with how good the game looks, they did a ton of work on the engine. It's hard to reconcile the amount of content that was there at the end of Destiny 1 and the amount of content that's there at the beginning of Destiny 2. When you look at the beginning of both games, Destiny 2 is obviously way better.
Yes.
But when you look at Destiny 2, Destiny 1 had like 15 strikes at the end of it. We have 4. Like, they had 30 PvP maps. We have 6. There's no heroic strikes. There's no strike-specific loot. There's no skeleton key system. There's no... the raid rewards are not great because you're putting RNG on top of RNG. The strikes are longer, but there's a lot less of them, so that's not really great. I think
I've played like 3 of the 4 strikes. I just keep getting sent to the same one over and over and over again. And the one that I actually enjoyed so far was the Pyramidium.
The Pyramidium's probably my favorite one so far.
I think the way that thing looks is incredible.
Cool. Yeah, and looks really great. I think it's hard reconciling between the really great work the Destiny 1 live team did after the Taken King. They met a lot of needs with skeleton keys and loot, strike-specific loot and a lot of that stuff. And then when the Destiny 2 live team takes over, it just seems the amount of content that's there is obviously not as the volume isn't there, but I feel like the quality of some of the stuff isn't as great, and I think part of that is the static rolls for weapons and armor, because unlike Destiny 1, Destiny 2, when you pick up a gun, that gun always has that roll. There's no grind to try and get that perfect scout rifle, that has the longest range and the best stability and the best reload. This gun is always going to be this gun, which leaves me a little bit concerned about Crucible meta over the long term. But I know Destiny 2 will get there, and the thing that makes me feel better is it immediately has a way better foundation than Destiny 1 did. The live team just needs to take the time to get all that stuff running. The fact that we have the faction wars going on already makes me feel better about the non-DLC future of Destiny 2. If they bring back Iron Banner, that'll be great. If they bring back the Sparrow Racing League, that'll be great. This stuff where you don't have to have the DLC day one to enjoy. It's just all of these live events. We should be getting... I'm hoping we're going to get another Halloween event this year, because that was really fun in Destiny 1. Well, one of them was. But, I'm excited for the point where they start putting in more content, like more strikes. The great stuff they've been doing great stuff, like the minute the first person beat the raid, the first group beat the raid, a the hell's that truck coming from? My backyard? A PvP map based on the raid went live in the game.
So, that's really cool.
That's a cool idea, and it makes me excited to see that they already have a lot of this stuff in the pipeline. It's just I'm hoping they release this stuff on a steady enough trickle so that the thing to remember about Destiny is you sort of play it while you're playing other stuff. It's like, oh, well, I've got a free hour. I can knock out a flashpoint, do some PvP or whatever. Is maybe not right now meant to be your full-time game. But I just hope they continue to get there with the content. You know, like, I'm hoping like they did with Destiny 1. Here's a free strike. You know, we have a big patch.
Yeah.
Here's another strike.
Yeah.
It needs that steady drip.
Yeah, I think the problem is like you said, like the people who stayed on until Destiny, the end of Destiny 1, they were expecting so much more.
Yeah.
Whereas me, I'm so amazed by how much stuff is actually there because I wasn't there at the end of Destiny 1. I saw vanilla. That's it. So, as far as I'm concerned, they're knocking it out the park with this one.
Yeah, you're in a way better spot.
But I wasn't there at the end, so, you know, I didn't have the variety that you guys did. Yeah, the number of strikes is a bit concerning, but
they're longer and better this time. You know, it's not... A strike isn't 15 minutes. You know, it's going to be a better experience, but...
Yeah, and I have enjoyed them. Like, that Pyramidion one was really fantastic. Like, I genuinely... What the problem is, I had to do the what's the name? The Vandals. I can't remember the name of them.
The Fallen?
That's the one, thank you. I had to do the Fallen one where you have to fight that dude with all the electric drones about 20 times before I saw the Pyramidion one.
That one's rough, yeah.
Yep. Well, I mean, looking forward to see where it goes with Destiny 2.
Yeah. I mean, I bought the limited edition, so I have the season pass, so I'll get the next two pieces of DLC regardless. I just hope they continue that dedication to... Because... To be honest, for probably about the first 2 years, in between DLC, Destiny was pretty static. And the last year was really where the live team stepped up and said, like, no, we're gonna make a Valentine's Day event. We're gonna make a Halloween and a Christmas event. You know, they weren't hugely different, but there was at least something that you could say, all right, yeah, I'm gonna fire up Destiny and I'm gonna play for a couple hours this week, sure. And then maybe next week you're going to go back to whatever you were playing before. They did a better job of treating it as a service, which is what they kind of pimp it out as. Right.
You know, games as a service these days. Like, but I mean, hopefully, like I said, hopefully it continues to improve. And I've got no experience with the end of 1, so all of this is good by my books.
Yeah, end of 1 was really good. Just the amount of content they had, and a lot of that is missing. And I hope they get to that point.
Yeah. Well, hopefully. Anything else on Destiny before I move on?
Oh, no, I'm good.
I played Abzu. That's this month's Game Club game. I will say nothing of it because I really don't want to say anything.
How long did it take you to finish it? A couple hours?
I haven't finished it yet. I'm about halfway through, and I only played it for about an hour and 30. So
do you have full retail on it already?
Nope. And speaking of games I will never, ever, ever get full retail on, my final game this week, Rare Replay, because why not?
Oh.
So, let's talk about the 3 games I played this week in Rare Replay.
Okay.
Lunar Jetman, I think it's Lunar Jetman, or Rocket Jetman, the first one, the one that looks the worst.
Pack?
Yes, whatever, that thing.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
A very early Rare game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The earliest, because it comes first on the list.
Oh, is it the earliest? I couldn't remember if it was that or it was the one about the cellar.
I think the cellar's like number 3, because they did this one, then a sequel, then the cellar one.
Oh, wow.
It's really, really basic, but it also kind of makes me smile because it has no music, just sound effects, and it reminds me of being a very, very young child.
A ZX Spectrum fan?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
No, we weren't Spectrum. We were Amstrad and Amiga was ours.
Okay.
So, yes, this is where the English stuff comes in and gets all confusing.
Oh, man, it sucks we never really got Amiga over here. That's a great platform.
Mm-hmm. The second game I played, because I was going to play them all in order, but then I thought, no, I'm just going to jump around, let's see what happens. A game I never played on the SNES or the NES, the game that everybody raves about, RC Pro-Am.
Oh, I love that game.
I've never played it before.
Yeah, that was an NES game.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I've played the monster truck looking one that goes over sand, like dune buggy jumps and stuff like that. But that's in arcades, and it has the wheel.
Yeah, I love that game.
So fast.
Something Iron Man's off-road challenge.
Yes,
Iron
I played that
maybe?
One. Probably.
So good.
But RC Pro, really, really cool. Like, I was surprised at like how sucked in I got to the isometric 2D looking, racing cars around a track. So I'm enjoying that too. And my final game, because I couldn't really load up the Rare Replay and not load it up.
What is it?
Blasco.
Oh. I thought you were going to talk about Viva Pinata.
No, Viva Pinata. I have an issue with Viva Pinata.
Go ahead.
Specifically Viva Pinata, Trouble in Paradise, and Nuts and Bolts. I have an issue with them all.
Okay.
I played them so much on my 360. My 360 is UK. I need to buy a power adapter and upload my saves to the cloud before I actually load them up on my Xbox One.
Yeah, you could just start a Worm Garden back over.
No, I don't think I want to put another 30 hours into Viva Pinata.
And you could just never play Nuts and Bolts and be fine.
Whoa.
I am one of the 1% of people that really does not like that game. Here's the thing. I don't like the genre of games where I have to build something to solve a puzzle.
And I know
understand. Nuts and Bolts is like the prime example of doing that right. I feel like there's not... My problem, and it probably means there's something broken in my brain, I feel like there has to be one solution. And if I'm not building it right, then how am I going to get the solution of the level? And the game's like, no man, what if you just build it nuts? That's the solution. And my brain is like, no, dude, that can't.
Can I say where this thought probably comes from?
Sure.
SRPGs, JRPGs, point-and-click adventure games.
Sure. Point-and-click adventure games, probably, yeah. I mean, growing up on LucasArts, it's like, you probably didn't know what that solution was, but here's the one solution.
Yep.
Yeah.
But no, I play Blast Corps, which I still love that game.
Blast Corps is really good.
It's a bad game now, but it's still so much fun.
Yeah.
Drifting what looks like apparently like an 80-foot bulldozer around a corner into a building is so much fun.
Yeah.
So, part of the thing with Rare games is always the music, and I forgot how catchy the main menu bit on Blast Corps is.
Yep.
When you're in the level select, and the woman's just like, time to move on, time to move on,
yeah,
time to move on, and that's going to be stuck in my head all day. So that's fun. But no, Rare Replay, I'm really enjoying it. I know the backwards compatibility thing is, everybody complains about it and how it never gets used, but this is the type of collection of old games done perfectly.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to getting all of the concept art and the videos and stuff like that, so I can learn all about how Rare has fallen from grace so far.
A lot of the history videos in that are really cool too. It shows a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff from early Rare that hasn't been seen. It's well worth it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I'm going to be continuing playing that and expect to see a lot more games on my list next week that usually will probably take about 5 hours to beat.
Oh, yeah.
So, yes, there we go. I'm never going to do it. Let's just get this over.
And then this is the guy that says they have time to play a golf game?
No, I don't, because I don't want to sit down for 4 straight hours when I get home and ignore my wife.
Not 4 hours. You're exaggerating.
No, I'm not.
You are exaggerating.
Anyway, I'm never going to win this competition. Probably not going to crack the top 100. But you know what? It's given me a purpose to get rid of those little games I have sitting on my console.
Yeah, you're not going to be one of those people that starts a new gamer tag and then pops in the entire 360 collection. It's like, all right, let's crack open Gears of War 1 again.
That'll probably be exactly what happens.
Yeah, let's fire up the Avatar game.
I would be surprised if that is not what happens. I would be surprised. I would be more surprised if they haven't put wordage in the T's and C's.
Has your gamer tag been created in the last 30 days? If so, don't be a D.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's all I've been playing. Over to you, Boston.
The only thing I've had time to play this week, because I have had no time, is a little bit of Yakuza Kiwami. I finished another chapter, which if my clock is right in the game, is probably about 2 hours a chapter. The longer I play this game, the more I'm enjoying it, but the more I'm pushing towards recommending starting Yakuza 0 over this. I think my biggest problem with this game is, to get the positive here first, the characterization of the villain is really good. Because it's someone who was your friend in the first game, and the whole conceit of the first game is you go to jail for 15 years, something like that, and when you get out, obviously a lot of stuff is different, especially the dude who was essentially your brother. And, God, I gotta time someone else out.
Thank you, Mixer.
And I think the characterization of how that person got from point A to point B is really great. I think that the rest of the story in the game feels so much like a PS2 game. When you played Yakuza 0, the start of the chapter and the end of the chapter sort of wrapped into each other and would give you a cliffhanger for the next chapter where it's like, oh my god, here's a revelation. And you're like, well, it's like 1 in the morning. I can't stop playing now. Like, I have to figure out what happens. I think the biggest problem that honestly isn't really a problem with Kiwami is that it feels like I'm doing a lot of fetch quests in between, like, for the meat of each chapter, and they're all these self-contained little stories that I kind of don't understand why I care about them yet, and I'm halfway through the game. A lot of it is like, well, I have to go over to see this person. Like, well, he's not here. He's over there doing this thing. Okay, let's hoof it over there, which, to be fair, is maybe only a minute or so. It's not a very big... It's not really an open world, so it's not very big. And then it's like, okay, well, we'll have a couple of fights here, and we'll do something real quick. But then we have to do this other thing that seems unrelated, and then by the end of the chapter, it's like, well, I don't think I understand why I did all that stuff. So I'm sort of confused. It all feels really disjointed, except for the stuff that feels like they added in afterwards, and all of that stuff feels really great. So if I hadn't played 0 before I played this, I would probably be having a really tough time getting through this. But I know this is a stepping stone to better games, so I'm going to spend the 12 to 15 hours to sort of knock it out. And I bet I'll like it by the end, but a lot of it is just a little frustrating to get through, especially compared to how outstanding 0 was.
Yeah.
But the upgrade system's still there, the fighting system's there, the side stories seem great. You know, a lot of the stuff that makes the Yakuza games really great is there. It's just this disjointed nature of it makes it feel not nearly as solid as the first game was. Or, sorry, the prequel was. So it feels a little bit old.
Yeah.
But that's all I had time to play this week, so let's take a break.
Dope.
And let's talk about how annoying Mixer is.
Yeah, and let's talk about my apologies for the swearing.
Oh, that's okay, I caught it. I click on someone and I click ban, and it doesn't do anything. It just puts the ban instructions in the chat window at the bottom, and then I have to go click there and hit enter to make it happen.
Oh, jeez.
Microsoft, come on.
Okay.
It's annoying. And I can't actually seem to pop out chat here. I click pop out chat and nothing happens.
Alright, let's see. Yeah.
Frustrating. Time is it? 4 o'clock. Holy crap.
Yup.
We need to get moving.
Yep. Right when you up.
Is there a steelbook version of Yakuza 0?
Yeah, yeah, it was incredibly limited. Don't even bother.
Was it LLG?
No, it was the first print run, and Sega was like, whatever, man, no one's gonna buy this. And they're like, oh god, people are buying it.
Did it come with like a business card holder or something?
It did, yeah. It was like the professional edition or something. It's kind of fun.
Oh, jeez.
A big part of Yakuza 0 is you getting business cards and like handing them out a proper way. There's like this funny mini game, and then you hand it out upside down.
I think the only thing I've seen of Yakuza recent games is the photos you post on Twitter.
Yep.
And then I think it was it was on the quick look for it for Giant Bomb when they did the taxi driving mission, and it's like, oh, because you're driving the taxi and you have to follow the road laws.
Oh, I don't know if I did that. Huh.
I think that's 5. That might be Yakuza 5, to be honest.
It might be 5, yeah. Yeah, they actually did a full playthrough of Yakuza 0. I didn't watch it because I was playing the game at the same time. But apparently they sort of... It was Giant Bomb East. They sort of committed the mortal sin of talking during the cutscenes and then being like, what's happening? Just like, guys...
Yep.
This is a very story-related game with about 40 characters, and it does a really good job of telling you who everyone is and why you should care about them, but you sort of need to pay attention to it.
I do like what they called that show, though. The Beast in the East.
Yeah, oh, that's right. I forgot about that. That's good.
That might be one of my favorite. Like, Metal Gear Scanlan's pretty good, but Beast in the East.
Man, Metal Gear Scanlan was such a great... Is that a premium... a series?
Yes, it is.
Man, if there's any reason to get premium, it's to watch Metal Gear Scanlan.
Because my favorite part of that as well is because Dan has played so much Metal Gear, he knows so much that they don't talk during the cutscenes, so Drew can try and take it in. Because Drew trying to explain it is the best.
I think the crowning moment, for anyone that hasn't watched it, I won't spoil it, the crowning moment was the finishing blow of the end fight in MGS3. I don't know if you remember that.
Which one's 3? 3 is...
The jungle one, the prequel.
Oh, which one are you talking about? Are you talking about
the sniper fight?
Okay, not the end of the game fight, but the end.
The finishing blow of the end fight.
Yeah, that's where he like accidentally like stun grenades him, I think it is.
It's even crazier than that, yeah. I
love Fobwashed as well. So Fobwashed in that community, his gifs have been incredible.
Yeah, I follow him on Twitter just for that reason.
Yeah. Oh, does he post them on Twitter?
He posts a lot of stuff on Twitter too, yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. Because I always just scroll through the comments and find his stuff.
His Twitter handle is Fobwashed.
Okay, yeah, him doing the Patrick Klepek runs as well was fantastic.
Yeah. I actually just started watching Abby's new series, the 6 Night Frights.
The 5 Nights at Freddy's.
6 Crazy Frights.
Okay.
Where Abby plays through 6 horror games. Which is great because she's as big of a chicken as I am. The only one I really want to watch is The Exquisite Core. Have you started watching that? So it's basically Dan, Abby, and Alex are all playing the first XCOM, and Vinny is their sort of their
commander-in-chief.
Yeah, he's like helping them out. But when let's say Abby plays and finishes, she saves it, and the next person picks it up. So like Dan will pick it up, and he'll play it separate from the other two. So they're trading off this save file basically, and they load it up, and they're like, "What the hell happened? Like, why is half my squad dead? Like, what the hell's happening here?" I think that's such a cool idea.
Oh yeah, definitely. As much as I still love Jeff and Giant Bomb in general, I think the East has got all the talent now.
Vinny's my favorite. So like
Drew was mine, and Drew has gone.
Drew was really great. Yeah. Yeah, I think. I'm really glad that Brad is still there, because Brad is also one of my favorites. But yeah, I think
Brad's the guy that's got the real monotone voice, right?
He sounds like he's got the deep voice. Yeah, Alex is the one that has a monotone. I think once they hire the other staff member, the other video person in West, I think they'll get back there. Because they can't do ranking of fighters right now. Because Jason said he can't be on the show and run that show at the same time, which is a bummer because ranking of fighters is so good. And
Heiko, I've been a little busy, dude.
You're watching it right now.
You didn't know Moon has no time?
He's taking up.
You nubs.
His time is taken up right now. Speaking of, let's do this. I'm running out of time here.
Keep giving me an opportunity to troll you. I'm going to take it.
I don't even need to give you an opportunity. You insert random shade at me in the titles for golf club tournaments. Well, anyway, carrying on. Let's keep going.
All right. Ready in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody. We got releases this week for the week of October 2nd, 2017. Ooh. Forza Motorsport 7 for the PC and Xbox One.
So let's talk about why I'm done with Forza.
Because it's
why are you done with Forza?
Because of loot boxes. Let's talk about Forza Motor 7's loot boxes.
Why does a car game need loot boxes?
Boy, that's a great question.
Why does a first-person shooter? Why does anything that's not a loot game need loot boxes?
Why does a $60 game need loot boxes, by the way?
Every $60 game has them now, dude.
Yeah, I know, and I'm super not happy about them. So, Forza, in the previous 6 titles, as most are aware of, you have your driver assists, where it's, your line, you can even do auto braking or auto gas. You can do a lot of stuff. If you started turning that stuff off in the previous games, where you're like, okay, I don't want to have anti-lock brakes, you'd get like a 5% credit bonus in the game, because for you making the game harder, you would get more credits faster, which would allow you to buy more cars.
Yes.
System is gone.
That makes sense.
And that system is gone. Now, you can do it right now only with in-game currency, but Turn 10 has said in the future they will be turning it on for real money. You get to purchase loot boxes, which give you mods. Those mods now replace that system. So not only...
And I'm done.
Thank you. That's exactly when I read that. I was like, to me, that's not Forza. Either you need to make that game free to balance out that egregious level of BS, or you just need to make it another Forza game.
Because I'm assuming that they will also be consumable, so you will be able to use them. Yes, of course. Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
So you got to stack up your no brakes,
right?
Mods.
Yeah. That
sounds like the worst.
To me, I can deal with a game like a racing game being $60 that also has a season pass for cars. I don't want that, or this crazy $120 deluxe edition. I can deal with that, but when you take a $60 game like this, same thing with Shadow of War, and you put loot boxes in them, to me, that's bad enough in and of itself. Destiny 2 is bad enough. I had no idea that was in there before I bought Destiny 2. But to replace a core and functional system in Forza with a system that just strikes me as greedy and preying on... Because all of these are gambling. And it's just another system that preys on gambling and addictive natures. I'm done. You didn't need to mess with it. You could have had my $60 and I would have been happy. But now you don't have anything. That sucks.
We had this discussion when Gears of War 4 came out, how I'm sick and fed up of card packs and loot boxes and everything in games.
Even Gears 4 wasn't this bad.
No.
This is a fundamental system to Forza.
This is the most egregious version of it I've ever seen, and you would think they would learn their lesson after the mistakes they made with 5.
Right. And the mistakes they made with 6.
Those games have consistently launched with huge, glaring anti-consumer measures that they very quickly take back and patch and fix out of the game. because of the backlash.
This time they're making it worse by allowing you to spend real money later.
Yep. To be honest, I'm done with Forza then. If they're going to treat me as someone who loves the Forza games like that, I'm done. I ain't buying another one of their games.
I'm worried about Forza Horizon 4, because Forza Horizon 3 was fine. Like, none of that stuff really existed, but now I'm going to keep a close eye on 4, and if they do that, like, I'm pulling the plug on the whole thing.
I'm just not going to pick it up. Even if they don't do that, I'm just not picking it up. My wife might eventually, but if I tell her this, she'll agree with me. I know she will. I know how she feels about this kind of thing too.
Can't reward it.
No, exactly. So I will vote with my wallet, and they will not see the butterflies and moths come out of it.
Yeah, yeah. So don't buy Forza Motorsport 7 out on PC and Xbox One this week.
All right. Oh yeah, we're still doing releases. Okay. Axiom Verge for the Switch. Go buy
that game.
That's a game you should spend your money on. And I bet on the Switch it's great. Yeah,
crisp handheld.
That's an incredible game.
That'd be great. Dragon's Dogma, Dark Arisen for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
Probably gonna pick this up.
You know, I wasn't really that excited about it until I saw the graphical comparison between the two. Not only have they removed a considerable amount of the fog, but they kind of got rid of the dull, drab nature, and they put a bunch of colors into it. If I had the time, I would happily pick this up and play it again. I really, really loved this game. I especially loved how bonkers the ending was, and I highly encourage people to get to the ending of this game.
Yeah, I know the ending, and yes.
If you listen to Giant Bomb, you probably know the ending, but like, this game is really great.
Well, maybe I might try it again.
Yeah, it's really
get my heart stabbed by a dragon again.
Yeah, it's gonna eat that heart.
Yeah. Raiden 5 Director's Cut for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
Old school.
I haven't played a Raiden game in so long, I might buy it.
Raiden 4 came out on the PS2, I think. Or was it 360? Early 360, maybe?
It was early 360,
It's been a while, yeah. Great games.
Layton's Mystery Journey for the Thirds.
If you didn't play this on iPhone, I think this is the same game. You just don't have to pay for episodes. You know, it's just, hey, it's in the box. What a novel concept.
Cold Sep Revolt for the Thirds.
The first non-remake of a Cold Sep game since PS2. So if anyone hasn't heard of Cold Sep, this is basically Magic the Gathering plus Monopoly. And apparently it's incredible. And I've never had a chance to play one.
Yeah, neither have I.
Yeah.
One of my favorite game titles of all time, Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time, comes out for the Switch. It's a neat little game. You should check it out.
I bet that's cool because you have the two controllers that come with it. That can be neat.
That would make that game way better.
Yeah.
Just the UI for that for the Switch. N++ for the Xbox One.
They just put in more levels. If I remember correctly, it has over 1,700 levels in it now.
That's insane.
Oh, wow.
It's just
that's like Jetpack insane.
Yeah, it's just a ridiculous amount. I don't think that counts community levels either.
Oh man.
Yeah.
All right, and Oxenfree for the Switch, which is another game you should just go buy.
It's a great week for the Switch. Go buy Oxenfree. That game is really special. Speaking of Nintendo has announced they are closing the Wii Shop channel on January 30th, 2019, which normally that's not noteworthy or newsworthy, except all services related to the Wii Shop channel, including re-downloading purchased WiiWare Virtual Title console titles and Wii Channel titles, that's going to be disabled.
Okay, so Nintendo are the first company to take this step and just switch everything off.
They are for real pulling the plug.
Oh, well, there's your brick.
I mean, to be fair, it's been out for 11 years, and a lot of the...
It's also the Wii.
Yeah. A lot of the titles there aren't super exclusives. I just, in the interest of archiving as many games as possible, this sort of really sucks.
Yeah.
So hopefully people can sort of pull all the stuff out of there and maybe find a way to emulate that via Dolphin. Because Dolphin is doing the good work.
Yep.
I'll say that. The only other news story this week of real note is Ubisoft coming out and saying that in early 2018 for Assassin's Creed Origins, they're going to be putting in a Discovery Tour mode that...
this looks so cool.
Yeah, it's this really cool-looking educational mode. Where basically, they remove all the enemies and all the combat and all that stuff, and basically you can just wander around Egypt, and they're going to put in a bunch of guided tours, and put in a bunch of interesting notes about the historical significance of some of this stuff. I think that's pretty cool.
It's worth noting as well, the guided tours are not going to be by Ubisoft people. They're going to be by historians who actually have studied this kind of thing. Yeah. It's not going to be Yves Guillemot going, oh, this is a pyramid.
Yeah, like all the pyramids. Yeah.
How have they not done this yet?
That's been the question a lot of people have been asking is like...
How has nobody done this yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
that's genius.
Don't forget Second Life. I think this is cool, and I happily haven't seen too many people that have been sort of sneering about this. Like I will use this tool and I will go look at some pyramids and learn some cool history stuff. It's not going to be like, don't go to school. I don't have to go to school today, Mom. I've got Assassin's Creed Origins. But if you like what the History Channel used to be, you'll probably like this mode.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to questions. Matt C. sends us a little note here about a game that he feels is a little bit better than Marvel Puzzle Quest. It says, hey guys, I tried out Marvel Puzzle Quest after hearing you say good things since I'm a fan of the series. Stop if you've played / know about Gems of War. While I like the art and familiar characters of... What's that?
Gems of War has a console release.
Oh, does it?
It does.
No. Wow. Okay.
It's one of those games. Carry on.
It says, while I like the art and familiar characters of Marvel Puzzle Quest, didn't seem nearly as fun strategic as Gems of War. Build a team of 4 instead of 3 with cards you get from chests or completing quest lines. I can't read it anymore. There's probably about 300 plus cards to get / power up, and there's a ton of content to tackle in this game. Gems of War has a more classic Puzzle Quest feel to the board while giving what seems like more depth to teams you can build. Don't want to dunk on Marvel too much since I haven't played a lot of it yet, but if you're into playing something similar to Marvel Puzzle Quest, give it a shot. Great podcast, and thanks for Binding of Moonpier 2. Thank you for listening to both shows.
Yes, thank you.
I downloaded this and I went through the tutorial, and the actual board is classic Marvel Puzzle Quest. Like, you're matching gems for MP, and you match skulls to do damage, and that's about as far as I've gotten so far.
I have it installed on my Xbox One. I haven't started it yet because it is, when I say it's one of those games, for me, what that means is it has two or three achievements in there which are ridiculously high rarity because they're so impossibly difficult to get. I'm interested in it. From everything I hear, it's a really good game, but I kind of play one match 3 at a time, and right now my match 3 is Puzzle Quest, or is Marvel Puzzle Quest. I'm sure when that fades away, I probably will jump on Gems of War, but I'll probably do it on the console. But I'd be interested in trying it out if it's getting good news, good info from the fans.
Yeah, I mean, it seems good. That's, a different sort of take on it. That's kind of cool. Angelo F. writes in, hi guys, I've always liked video games and I enjoy paranormal stuff despite the fact that I don't actually believe in anything paranormal. So my question, what is your favorite video game that has to do with the paranormal? I have a couple. I love the references to the paranormal in the GTA series, like the mission at the Area 51 place in San Andreas. I also think that PT is the scariest video game I've played, despite the fact that it's just a demo to a game that will never come out. Thanks, guys. That's a good question. Games that has to do with the paranormal.
Oh my god, Eternal Darkness.
Yeah, Eternal Darkness is a good choice.
I think I always get two games confused, but I think I'm saying the right one when I say Murdered Soul Suspect.
Yes. Yeah, that's the Xbox One, PS4 launch title with the Ghost Cop. Sorry.
Yep, it was also on It was also 360 and PlayStation 3. I played through it once on the 360. Really love that, especially the fact that your paranormal powers get stronger and you learn how to do more things as you go through the game.
That's cool.
That's a really, really fun game, and walking through walls is just quite fun.
Well, I mean, I like Eternal Darkness, but I mean, Fatal Frame might be one thing that captured that so well.
No.
Those are cool and frightening.
Yep.
Does Silent Hill count, or is that horror?
I don't know,
because horror.
Yeah, I was tempted to say Resident Evil, but again, that's more horror than...
that's more survival horror rather than... Because it's sort of... They share the same DNA.
Well, how about Oxenfree?
Yes.
That's a great choice, yeah. Oxenfree might be my favorite paranormal game, because it's not that scary. But it's a little scary. I can take a little scary.
It's just creepy enough.
Oh, Alan Wake. I'm looking through a list
Alan Wake, that's another great one.
Alan Wake, that's great. Dead Space?
I think that's more horror.
Yeah, Eternal Darkness for sure.
Those biorecombinators are really terrifying.
Yeah. I'm trying to look through here. They list a lot of Resident Evil games, which, again, we disagree with. Yeah, I might say... Oxenfree?
Well, even Life is Strange could be considered paranormal.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. I just feel like with Oxenfree, you never forget the first, like, is leave possible scene. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
Yes.
Sam S. writes in, greetings, gentlemen. I assume you guys played and loved Shadow Complex. Yes.
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 With that said, do you guys think Konami should remaster the Contra series? How awesome would it be to see all those boss battles in action or on modern screens? Thank you, Sam. They tried on the 360. Arc System Works made that hardcore game.
Oh, jeez. I think everyone forgets how hard Contra really was.
Yeah. I've only played a couple of them, and they are really, really difficult. But there's also one main problem with this. Konami.
Yeah, Konami don't care. The thing is, I don't know how you modernize Contra.
I think if you're gonna do it, I think Konami sells the IP rights. Give it to Platinum. Give me Bayonetta, but in the Contra world.
Yeah, 2D side-scrolling Bayonetta might be pretty good. I mean, is the modernization of Contra just Cuphead?
A little bit.
Yeah. Well,
or is it Vanquish?
No, Vanquish is... Contra was never really action-y. It was just memorizing the exact pattern of the entire game. Vanquish was more... like Bayonetta, was more like skill and style.
Yeah.
That's a pretty fine line, to be fair.
Right, or you're trying to look cool while you're playing the game.
Yeah, flicking your cigarette.
Pretty much for yourself. Like, it's the funniest thing about it. No one's going to watch how amazing this was, but you're going to tell everyone about it, and no one's going to believe you.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like you can't just do a straight remake of Contra anymore, because it's just... The game is a little too hard and a little too short. Like, pretty much all of them, until you get into the 3D ones, and then they get bad.
Right.
Unless you want to do, like, a Mega Man collection thing for them.
Yeah, but even that's a lot thinner.
I'd let Contra live back where it lives.
And Contra 3 is on the Super NES Classic. Like, that's about all you need nowadays is Contra 3. Beyond
is that the one where it does the viewpoint switch and it goes isometric top down?
Yes.
Yeah, it has
no. I thought that was on the PlayStation. The PlayStation Contra games had the isometric.
They do that too. I think Contra 3 might have done it. Contra 3's biggest name to fame is, yo, look at Mode 7. A lot like Super Castlevania 4. Where it's like, look at this stuff twisting, whoa, video games. So
yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah. That's a pretty good game. I don't... People remember the first Contra very fondly. It's pretty rough nowadays. I
feel the same way about Metal Slug. People remember those games very fondly, and those things are nightmares as well.
Yeah, God, those games are so hard. Oh. T-Bomb Rocks asks us a couple questions here in Discord. I was looking over the list of Xbox One X enhanced games, and as of right now, it's over 100 titles. They also completely list each title and what the new features will be, 4K HDR, 3060 frames. They even list the non-4K upgrades, which is all really great.
Thank you for learning from Sony's mistake.
Yeah. With that, why has Sony had so much difficulty messaging what the Pro does and who it's for? It's gotten better since day one, but still a much different message versus the Xbox. I think you're seeing a philosophical difference between the two of them. I think Microsoft, as always, has been ready to roll up their sleeves and dive in and help developers. And I think Sony says they do that, but for new games. And when it's something like the Pro patches, I think they say, well, we have turbo mode in there, so that's good, and it's fine. But I think they take the very much hands-off approach where it's like, oh, I mean, that's up to the developers. See you later. And then, like,
it's up to the developers, but then they will do what they did with Prey, where they just make sure that thing is labeled on the front of every single box that comes out now.
Prey is such a bad example, too, because that...
Better on Pro.
It was
no, it
so
wasn't.
broken
It was
on Pro.
actually worse.
Just like Final Fantasy 15 is so broken on the PS4 Pro. Man. Yeah, I think at its core that's their philosophical difference. Sony's gonna say, like, I mean, we gave them the tools to do it. We gave them the documents to how to get it on the Pro. Like, whatever. Shadow Mordor did it. Okay. You know, and then Microsoft. I think Microsoft sees that as a marketing opportunity. Like, they can now safely say, we have over 100 games, and you can look at the list, it's well over 100, that are enhanced for the Xbox One S, or X. But I think, like T-Bomb Rock says, is a really great point. For the nerds like us, you can say, like, okay, does Sunset Overdrive have 4K and HDR? Is it 30 or 60 frames? Like, that's the stuff that you and I, you and I care about, but maybe other people are like, I don't know, man. Like, is it still going to work on the X? And Microsoft can say, yeah, you're still good. It's like, okay, cool.
Just say better on the X.
Yeah. It's got X all over it.
It's got X all over it.
Give it to you.
But I think Microsoft does. I think Microsoft is taking every opportunity they can to market this thing, because there's already S versus X brand confusion, and I think they can come out now and say, we got 100 games that are going to look and play better on the X. And that's huge.
I think...
How can they keep doing this stuff? Like, didn't they learn anything from last gen with the market confusion on having so many different SKUs?
Well, to make the matter worse, the launch version of the Xbox One X
is called the Scorpio.
The Scorpio Edition.
The Xbox One XS.
Stop doing this! You should have learned from the Xbox 360 Arcade. That just screwed. That was the last straw.
Well, even the brand confusion between your vanilla 360, the 360 that had the bigger hard drive in it, then you had the arcade, then you had the Elite, which was just
the Xbox 360S. I'm gonna look up how many SKUs there were. Hold on.
There was at least 5.
While we're talking about other stuff, like
I'm gonna go with like 7.
Yeah,
I think there was 5, and there was even Sony did the same thing, which was even more confusing because the Sony versions looked exactly the same. What the 40, 60 gig, and then they released. Then they had this. They did the same thing with their the Slim version. They had a big version, a little version. Like,
I'm not gonna lie, by the way, I missed the Inhale.
Yeah, there were 7 editions.
Shut up.
2 premium editions, 20 and 60 gigs. The 360 Core Edition, Arcade, Elite, 360S, 250 gig, and the S, 4 gig. There was an S at 4 gigs.
Yep, there was. You know what? I bought one.
Well, at that point, like, I buy an S and, like, slap a hard drive on it.
Well, I think I have the S with the R2D. I have the Star Wars edition.
Oh, so we were talking about the sales numbers between different consoles. I remembered why this came up originally, because Moonpier and I were talking about the fact that the launch, a lot of 360s for about half of its life didn't have a wireless card in it, and how much that caused trouble for people that didn't have a hardwired connection to their internet. And we were trying to figure out, so the Xbox 360 launched November 22nd, 2005. That is 10 months after YouTube launched, and that is 2 years before the iPhone 1 launched.
Yup.
So, like, put all of that in your brain about the timeline of how forward-thinking and forward-pushing the 360 really was. Like, 2 years before the modern smartphone. That's insane. The same year as YouTube. That's mind-blowing.
We're old, by the way.
Also, yes. We are also old.
No, what's old is we were 25 when that was going on.
Yeah.
Speak for yourself.
What were you, 24? So make it seem like you were 17.
Yeah, let's keep splitting hairs here.
No, I was like 20.
I was graduating high school.
Yeah.
Maybe 18.
T-Bomb
Rocks, I was still in primary school.
Yeah. T-Bomb Rocks also asks us, during the month of October, do you have any horror films that you look forward to revisiting? Do you have any new movies you're excited about? See my previous comments about being a big old chicken.
Yeah.
My first thing I ever really did for Halloween was here last year. So we'll probably do a pumpkin, but I don't really have horror movies I watch every year because Halloween's never been my jam.
Yeah. This is probably a good plug for...
Stop it. I'm sure you got, a whatchamacallit tattoo somewhere on you from what's the Night Before Christmas?
Oh, yeah.
Jack Skellington.
Yeah, Jack Skellington somewhere on you.
Right. Actually, I probably will watch that.
Oogie Woogie.
It is the time of year to watch Nightmare Before Christmas again.
I don't think my wife's ever seen it.
What?
I've
Wow, you two are perfect for each other.
Again,
God.
I find that hard to believe, and yes, you're perfect for each other. This is probably a good chance to plug Chuck Dowling's 31 and 31.
Yeah.
Where he reviews 31 scary, spooky movies for October.
Yeah, it's just come to an end. He doesn't do it in October. He does it in September.
Well, now you can watch it all now that it's October.
Mm-hmm.
For me, Evil Dead. Evil Dead gets watched every year.
I have seen that movie.
I have too, for the first time, like last year.
There we go. At least you've seen it.
Like Evil Dead, and usually watch The Thing, and probably watch They Live.
Shaun of the Dead, maybe?
Shaun of the Dead's always a good one, but that's not my favorite zombie movie. Like no. I would rather watch 28 Weeks Later. I think it's a better movie.
Yeah.
I'm
trying to think of
I don't know, man.
like.
I'm good for anything. Like I love like Christmas time. I love watching horror Christmas movies. Like
those are always the worst.
Santa Sleigh.
Is that the Goldberg one?
Yes, it is comedy gold.
Okay.
Oh man.
I mean, the problem with me is all my horror movies that I tend to like are all the sci-fi ones. Give me aliens, that kind of thing.
Oh, Event Horizon.
Give you people waking up 400 years later in a pod not knowing what happened.
Well, this year I'm probably going to have a little classic movie marathon because I bought all those Steelbook versions of the classic Universal Monster movies.
Oh, that'll be cool. Like The Mummy and Wolfman and all that?
Yeah, Wolfman, the Creature in the Blue Lagoon, Black Lagoon? One of those
Lagoons.
Black Lagoon.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, The Invisible Man, Bela Lugosi's Dracula, which I cannot wait to watch.
Yeah, that's gonna be good.
I might watch Chucky.
Child's Play is a good movie.
Yeah, Child's Play
that first Child's Play is legit.
I bet that still holds up. Not the rest of them though.
I'm a particular fan of. I think it's Bride of Chucky.
Oh,
because it's so terrible but so hilarious at the same time.
That dumped into the camp like that's so hard. But no, the first Child's Play was actually legit. Like people forget the time when that took place when everyone was getting those My Buddy dolls.
Yeah.
Which was so ironic to have the Chucky that Child's Play movie come out around the same time.
Yeah. Oh man.
But I still love those old school like or not old school, but those like 1980s kind of slasher.
Sleepaway Camp.
Sleepaway Camp is just gold.
Knobs made me watch Sleepaway Camp, and it's so good.
Boston, have you ever seen The Descent?
No.
Would you ever watch it?
I think I always get that movie confused with The Abyss, and The Abyss is the underwater James Cameron one, right?
Right.
Yeah, I will never watch that. That's terrifying. But I might watch The Descent.
The Descent is the
as long as it's not underwater.
It's underground.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay.
Nope.
Say nothing. Say nothing. Say nothing.
I liked. Where was another one that came out that got? I don't know if anyone really watched it, but it's As Above As Below. I think it was called.
Oh,
That's exactly what it's called.
That movie is awesome.
It's awesome and weird.
I did not see that coming. How that movie went out at all. But it's the things I like where things that I would see, where I could see myself getting into that mess, like just going. Let's explore the catacombs of Paris. France. I would totally be down for that.
Yeah,
totally. And I could see myself in that and seeing this hole. All right, go through this hole and kick this thing down.
Yeah, why the hell not? Here's a door.
Yep.
Which made that show on MTV so good, that MTV's Fear, which was an amazing show.
Yep.
Because they just strapped cameras to people and let them do dumb stuff.
And so they electrocuted that one kid.
Is that why it got canceled?
Yeah. Yeah. They tried to bring that back recently. I watch a lot of MTV because Catfish is on it, and I can't stop watching Catfish. But they tried to bring it back, and it seemed like it lasted maybe a couple of episodes.
Oh wow!
If you don't have that camera that's pointing directly at their face with it, like that, I don't think it works as well.
No, it's just like the way that show was so ahead of its time. Yeah. Oh my god!
Man, a good show. Was good. I bet that still holds up. Unlike a lot of MTV stuff of that generation, I bet that stuff still holds up.
Every once in a while, it's funny. It's like the shows that MTV got so right always went out in a season.
Yeah.
And the ones that were just unabashedly just dumb television always stuck around forever.
Yeah. Weird. All right, we have a couple more questions, but I'm going to save those until next week because we're out of time. Been recording here for a while. Thank you for listening. Visit us at tvgp.tv. Email us tvgpfans.com. Tweet us at tvgp. The link to the Discord server, which you should join. And all the other links are on the right-hand side of the page.
And don't forget to join us for our game nights, Monday night, 10 p.m. EST on the Xbox One. It could be a number of things. Tuesdays, Destiny night on Xbox and PlayStation 4 now.
Join the clan.
Join the clan, have some fun, shoot some peeps. Thursday, Steam game night, game TBD. We'll get this rolling sooner or later.
What do you want to play?
I am never going to stop not plugging this, so...
Yeah.
And Friday through the weekend, join us for our weekly golf tournaments.
Yeah, TVGP Springs.
Starting on Sunday night, Friday night, might adjust that. Might even get 2 in a week, if we have time. And Friday through the weekend, just hop in a party, send a message. Don't be shy.
Come find us.
90% of the time, you can get a hold of me every time.
Yep. This game's Game Club Game of the Month, game is Abzu.
Game.
It's a game, a video game, a game. You can watch us live, Twitch at TV/E1M1 Network, that video game podcast on YouTube. Go subscribe and follow to both of those places, and it'll let you know when we go live. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening. We'll see you all next week. Bye.
Bye.
I only have 2 titles as my voice is giving out.
8.
What about this last one? Game.
Game. All right,
I'll get there. I have it.
All right. Sorry.
All right. Bang
it's my job on the podcast.
I had something to add one time. One time I tried
Shut the hell up.
This is what I do at the end. You guys say the outros, I do the titles. I thought we established this.
Back in your corner.
Slow your roll.
Okay, flying through them. Blocking out the sun. I took it way down.
Oh.
Our whales are staying quiet. Really tired of being killed by vegetables. Highest score wins.
Sure. Wait, I missed 3 because I was laughing.
Which one?
Anything after a whale stayed quiet.
Our whales are staying quiet. Really tired of being killed by vegetables. Highest score wins. Shorty to the right. If we have time. And game.
I took it way down. Shorty on the right. Game, and now my favorite, our whales are staying quiet.
Yep.
I feel like that has to win.
It's a great one.
I forgot about saying that because...
Welcome to my world.
Yeah. Oh, I said something dumb. Moving on. All right, starting in 3, 2, 1. This is That Video Game Podcast, episode 519 for October 2nd, 2017. Our whales are staying quiet.
Money, money, money.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us live. If you're on Mixer, be cool.
Yeah, please.
That's all I ask. If you're on the other one, Hitbox, come chat.
Yep.
I think I'm still broadcasting there. Who knows? See you next week. Bye. And
Later.
don't forget, if you're a patron, I'll see you tonight.
That sounds like a threat.
Hell yeah, I'll see you tonight.
Check in.
All right,
We're
bye.
going to do some editing.